What is this Facebook Live? I've never heard of this shit.
This is a public service announcement from C.T. Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker.
Let's roll.
Good morning, Sergeant Major.
How do you know what kind of goddamn day it is?
Beautiful morning, Sergeant Major.
Are you a fucking weatherman now?
You're listening to Sergeant's Time on WTF Nation Radio.
God damn. Woo! Fuck. I blew my ears out. Can you hear me?
That bass dropped worse than... I'll come back to that one later.
It dropped worse than Oprah falling down the fucking stage at the Golden Globes. But anyways, welcome to Sergeant's Time, 25 January 2018, broadcasting live from the Functional Veteran Center of Excellence. We've got a guest today. Hi, our heroes. Can't wait for them to come on to talk about what they're going to do for vets. I love it.
I need a job.
I need a job because they took our jobs.
I'm just kidding. I'm going to school. Never mind.
Yeah, I mean, that's awesome. So, they're going to be coming on at 2100. You know, that's what we can't wait to have Dan coming on and be able to shoot the shit and what he has going on, what his program's about, which I'm fucking stoked. Can't wait. But yeah, dude, what a week. It's been, fuck.
We're almost done with January. The first month of 2018 is almost over.
Oh my God. Not only are we almost done, but it's just happening fast. A lot of
stuff. Is it just me, or does time go by faster the older you get?
Oh yeah. It does. It does go faster.
At this point, time should be moving for you at like light speed, Ice.
Well,
being what I did there.
Yeah, I see. Well, being the fact that that I've been I've been around for a millennia or two, I can. It feels like, God damn. Oh, I remember back in the day when I just.
Hashtag Team Old.
Yeah, that's right, man. Team Old. So anywho, it's just the fact that this month has been going by. I mean, think about it. Within the first month of 2018, we had a government shutdown. We had Department of the Army civilians come back to work and still prove that, you know what, that wasn't like they were never there or not. Because they were still walking around talking. So it was almost like it was kind of great going to work and you had enough people, you at least didn't have to worry about who drank all the coffee. And you started to do some shit, and then the next thing you know, as soon as they all came back to work, that's almost like the complainers came back, and you're thinking, fuck.
So what you're saying is Miss Williams is back to denying DTS claims.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
You haven't heard?
Too soon?
You haven't heard? Oh, man. There might be some breaking news on that one. Hosey might have to come back. There's some ramifications of some garnishmations of the WT Nation from Third ID Nation.
Oh shit.
Yeah, February 1st. We're all gonna get paid except for some guys in Third ID because I'm just saying. Just put it out there. Hashtag DODIG, hashtag OPM, hashtag GAO. More money. So, but anyways, yeah. So. Yeah, it was kind of weird. Just kind of one of those fucking things that you're kind of, I don't know, just hold this for whole fucking month. Everyone's bitching. Everyone's kind of complaining about everything that's going on in the government, and the government hasn't even started yet. I mean, the year hasn't even started yet. It's just one of those things where it's just kind of like, oh God, really? And I'm gonna have to say, as a journalist myself, I guess you could say we're journalists. There's some fucking bitches out there. Holy crap, there are some fucking bitches out there.
True story.
So, for you guys don't know, there was a shutdown. There was an issue with the, with some of the pay going out. To recap, there was a helicopter crash that happened, and the death gratuity was not going to be paid because it was obviously there was a government shutdown. They're right now currently processing to get it done, and in lieu of that, the Fisher House was going to step in and do that. So real quick, just a message from the main page, guys. There was always a plan to get it done, so people get really pissed off when you don't answer their GoFundMe and they immediately start screaming. They totally get that you're trying to help. But there are other methods in place to assist, and don't get butt sore about your GoFundMe account that doesn't get posted. Love the main page. So they don't really they want to make sure a lot of stuff is being happened, because a lot of people think is that when someone is killed in action or someone has died in the line of duty, and this is not, I'm saying in case there is no to kind of dispel the rumors. At any time there's someone who's killed in the line of duty, or a KIA or MIA or whatever, not really MIA until they find them dead, but they declare them dead. But when someone is killed, and there is the grim task of, and we talked about this before doing CAO and CNO.
Yep.
Is that there's a death gratuity to offset burial costs and all that stuff, because it's going to take a little bit for the SGLI to process. And there's also some other benefits, dignified transfers and all that. Well, in order for that to happen, it's going to be happen, and there's got to be some processes in between. So the rumor is that immediately when someone says there is someone who's been killed in action, or there's been a training accident like there was with the helicopter crash, again, I'm talking not government shutdown, just normal, I guess you would say, normal continued operations, I guess. They aren't going to get paid. So a GoFundMe account, although I guess you'd say honorable, or I guess you would say well-intended, it's not going to it's not going to be needed. Well, we have to take care of the family. So there's going to be some costs involved that the family has to tend to. The family has to obviously have to tend to burial and all that stuff. Again, we don't like talking about the shit, but we have to talk about it because there is the extreme outrage. Literally, there was people on the main page I could tell they were like either smashing their keyboard buttons, or about pressing their fucking thumbs into their phones, because some people just don't use computers; they just use their phones. They were getting angry because the main page wasn't posting GoFundMes, and then
we've had this conversation before about GoFundMe accounts on the main page as well.
Yeah, exactly. They don't. It's not. See, GoFundMes are not. First off, they're hard to vet. U.S. Army WTF Moments is not a GoFundMe page. So when we have something like that, immediately everyone goes on the, I guess you'd see the outrage of, well, that means that you don't care for this. That's far from the fucking truth. If we were to, if you guys don't know how GoFundMe works, they take a cut of it, and we're just not going to believe any. If you want us to vet our stories from official sources and true sources, that's the way we feel about GoFundMes. Some chucklehead starting up a GoFundMe account for his buddy because he thinks it's the right thing to do, albeit honorable. We don't know you. We don't know what you're going to do with the money. We don't know where that dollar's going to go. So it'd be kind of stupid to fucking sit there and say, yeah, well, you need to. Yes, it is 100K, D-Max. It would be kind of stupid for us to start throwing it without knowing, because then the last thing the main page needs to do, the last thing WTF Nation Radio needs to do, is to get involved in some scandal of where did the money go, kind of like the 9/11 Memorial Fund. Remember when the Red Cross was pushing all that shit? Donate to 9/11, and ever since 9/11, it was almost like the Red Cross. It was almost like the perfect. It was almost like fucking how race baiters are with fucking the grievance industry. There was a disaster going on, and they capitalized on that disaster. But they said donate to the Red Cross to help disasters, and not feel sorry for 9/11 and all this other shit. Which of course, feel sorry. Yes, of course, our hearts go out. I'm still fucking pissed off on it. If you're not pissed off about 9/11, still there's something fucking wrong with you. But that's another story. That's another issue we can get into. That's tinfoil hat stuff. But the whole point being is that the Red Cross, under the guise of their donations, were saying that this is going to go to the families of 9/11. Billions. Fucking billions. Actors, celebrities and fucking singers. Had a huge concert. Billions went to the Red Cross. Billions.
Where'd the money go?
Where did the money go? All the families, after a few years later, saying, "Hey, we're still waiting. The family's like, hey, don't worry. We have the Red Cross is going to help us out. And all. Where's the Red Cross going to do? Oh, here's a ball cap and a blanket. Type shit." So
You're not talking about a specific organization, are you?
No. We're just providing a special scenario just in case. Because that's the thing. Everyone wanted to know. There were several news outlets that actually jumped on the Red Cross because they said, "Hey, you said all this money that we're donating, which were in the billions, billion of dollar, went to them, but nothing happened to whatever." And you're right, Joseph. The Red Cross does. I've seen the Red Cross in action. They do waste money. Look at Puerto Rico. They do waste money. Totally waste of money. So they had they were trying to now, because the money that they were using for other stuff, they're like, "Oh fuck, now we got to account for this stuff. Where did the money go for that?" And you know how money is. Once it's gone, you can't track that shit. The Red Cross was spending it like a fucking private at a strip club. You know what I mean? And they just couldn't keep track of it. Do you keep track of your money when you go to a strip club? I don't. I mean,
I try to.
Well, I try to keep a limit, but I just don't I don't track it. I'm sorry, I don't track my loot. When I'm spending, having a good time.
She gets 40%.
Yeah,
she gets 60.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I'm done.
She gets a bunch of ones. Oh yeah, she's hot. She gets some fives. Ooh, there's a couple of tens right there. You know what I mean? And then now if she's got to be the unstuck up stripper that's totally all up on you and fucking feeling sorry for you and helping you out back and giving you some rendering some aid to you for the 20s, if you know what I'm saying.
We refer to that as full contact accounting.
Yeah, exactly. Full contact accounting. Not third idea accounting. I'm talking about full contact accounting.
Ooh.
So I'm going to be ragging them all night. So what happens is then all this money gets sent to them. Well, the way GoFundMe works is they take a cut. And then the money goes to the whatever specific, a person is the manager of. Now, I'm just not going to sit there and fucking the main page is not going to fucking throw out a link that says GoFundMe and then here you go. Because the main page got thousands of GoFundMes to support the family. That's when it was just like, yeah, fuck it, whatever. And people were like literally fucking just going off. Lately, I think fucking the Tide Pod craze is going nuts because motherfuckers are angry lately. It's fucking bullshit.
But what they need to understand is GoFundMe is not your go-to organization to support these families.
Yeah.
You've got organizations like USAA that's going to cover, military paychecks until they can recoup their money when the government resumes. You've got the Fisher House. You've got, all these organizations that are legitimate organizations that are going to step in that have been vetted. GoFundMe is, although well-intentioned, is a poor execution.
It is. It is. It is one of those things where my biggest thing is the rage, the outrage for no reason.
No, it's a psychological thing.
Yeah, you want to help. Don't get me wrong.
I want you to help. I want to help so I can feel better about myself.
Yeah, but
that's all it is.
Yeah, and then I hate the but it's for the families. But you're being an asshole. You're being insensitive, and you're being and you're not really. This is so wrong.
We're not assisting your altruistic.
Yeah, exactly.
Bubble that you.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's for you. Don't you hate fuckers? Don't get me. Oh, see now you're gonna get. See now I'm glad you brought that up. I hate people who say that stuff. They do it for the veterans or for the families. Wait a minute.
No, you're doing it to make yourself feel better about yourself,
or make yourself look good to be the spotlight, the fucking hero type shit. There's a fucking syndrome for that.
That's exactly what it is.
There's a syndrome for it. They have people that actually go out and start fires so that way they can be the hero and put the fire out.
Something by proxy, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that. So I can't remember what it's fucking called. I'm not a psychologist, so maybe the owl can throw something up.
D-Max will give us the right answer in the chat.
Yeah, but sometimes D-Max is like a fucking GoFundMe too. You got to make sure he's vetted. But no, point being is that, and exactly that, AER. Holy shit, dude. AER does fucking grants. And you can do this online now. You don't even need your fucking first sergeant commander.
You can even use AER when you're retired. Did you know that?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Ask me how I know that.
Well, you probably had to use it.
I had to.
Yeah,
yes.
exactly. That's why I always, every time we have an AER drive in the company, when I was first starting, I would give up the. I'd say, hey guys, and I would tell them stories when I was a Joe, or I would tell them I'd bring up situations of soldiers that I've known or leaders that I've known that have gone to use it, and then they'd give grants out, and I just, hey, look, just $5, man, just give $5 a month. $5 ain't gonna kill you.
Yeah.
So it's like one coffee. It's like you're buying an extra coffee. So
A month.
A month. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You're buying 2 coffees, so you're buying that one soldier a coffee. But the biggest point being is that you don't sit there and get the ass at the main page just because we did not want to. We did not want to go with your simple with your little crusade there and wanting to be the bearer of great news with families and stuff like that. I mean, hey, look, gotcha. Especially because as we vet and as the main page vets, we saw you fucking writing some bullshit comments to individuals trying to start drama in your fucking Facebook page. So before you ask for shit like that, just know that the main page does their homework. Didn't you say some shit about this dude, and now you all of a sudden you want to be like the family friend? Who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you the close to the family? Well, I'm the wife's cousin's brother, sister, dog groomer. And you know what I mean? You get some shit like that. Oh, I'm just a concerned person trying to take care of the family. Yeah.
There's a lot of people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I just
that are concerned.
Yeah, I'm concerned family too. But shit, man, I'm not gonna freaking. I'm not gonna start a GoFundMe. First off, I mean, I don't even know how to do it. I mean, I know how to do it, but I don't know. I wouldn't even know how. What? It's almost like e-begging. You know what I mean? Electronic begging. It's you're asking people to donate some money, and of course you could tell that of course America, greatest country in the world, greatest country on the planet, in the universe, preferably in the galaxy, actually in the galaxy, I'm pretty sure, unless the First Order shows up with some fucking stormtroopers and shit like that and starts fucking us up, then I think we're fucked. But anyways, we would have just throw your money out. Think about how generous we are, but just saying, hey, would you donate for this family? Yeah, but I didn't know the family. Well, just do it because it's for the veteran. It's for the good of the think of the children. Now,
altruism.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like fuck. And you
actually
don't.
It's narcissism cloaked as altruism.
Exactly. I was just about to say, where's fucking Heath at? Heath usually just goes narcissistic every time he goes a comment. So my point being is that it's all albeit honorable. It doesn't matter, but we're not going to feed off of your fucking feel good ego. But then don't attack the main page when they don't do it. I don't see where it come good. Now, don't get me wrong. There have been people who have been gracious to receive such notice to say, hey, look, we usually politely decline. Hubba hubba hubba, blah 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 blah, and that's it. Then they say, okay, thank you. And then you get the ones that. You don't give a fuck about veterans. You don't give a fuck about the family. All you care about is yourself. Go ahead and post your stupid fucking specialist stories. Nobody cares about fucking 3ID. Who cares about fucking Jose? I mean, literally, they just fucking go down the row of everything they hate. It's almost like fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, and then they fucking run away. And you're like,
you hurt my feelings.
Yeah, exactly that. And then immediately they throw that last tag. You don't care about this is what happens when you this is what the 22 a day is all about. No, it's not.
Well, that's the go-to insult, isn't it?
It is. They try to get you with that. They try to rope you in.
Like you're the reason for the 22.
Yeah, exactly. Don't you understand? This is the reason why you. I'm like, oh god. Did you piss off like half the fucking main page or the inbox tonight? All I said was no. Fuck. Fucking. I stay away from the inbox. I'm just like, fuck, man. This is. Because I'll walk by the inbox. Oh, hey, what's up? What's up? What's this? Yeah. Look at this. So.
Another GoFundMe?
Another GoFundMe. No. As soon as I see GoFundMe, no. No, just, no. GoFundMe. So, again, it's just one of those things to where, look, now, during this event, the big bosses, we're going, okay, what are we going to do? What's going to happen? What's going to do this? How are we going to do this? How are we going to do that? So there was already plans in place to wait to see at certain decision points that was going to be made. But meanwhile, there were some bad apples in the WTF nation that were fucking just being complete bitches about this shit. And then there was some that were, okay, cool, standing by, let us know what we wanted. We had, let's put it this way, there was like crisis management for fuckers that were, exactly, there was crisis a management team for the fuckers that were bitching about it, and then there was a crisis management team set up to assist for the fun stuff if it did go further, you know what I mean? So I mean they're prepared about it. They know how to do all that shit. But goddamn, man, it's for the veterans. Fuck. And AER does save a lot of asses. You're right, Spanky. It does. It saves a lot of asses. You got a story about AER?
Yeah. Oh, no, that was my job for the better part of a year, was the command financial specialist.
Oh, shit.
And
okay.
One of the Facebook Live comments was, have you ever seen them, actually do it as a grant? And yes, I have.
Yes.
But normally, no, because they will only do that if the soldier has no disposable income. And trust me, most soldiers have some disposable income.
Yeah.
And I've seen the case like maybe twice where they really didn't. They weren't blowing their money and they were paying off debt, and it wasn't like bad debt. They just really didn't have any disposable income. And
I've seen it one time, and it was after I had retired and I had moved from California back to Alabama and needed help, and AAR actually gave me a grant.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing.
right. And
But great AER, from what you guys don't know, AER actually has a specific amount of grants they can throw out. Like, I don't want to say they have a surplus. Like when they start getting too much money, they don't want to be in charge of all that shit. If that makes any sense, you know what I mean? They although they depend on donations and stuff like that. In the event, we need to have AER come on the show. There was an AER rep that I talked to you about that, and they said that there's actually a specific amount that they can't hold. Like they have to hold so much money, but they can't go over a certain amount of money. And the rest is done in grants. We'll do the fact it's always an overage. They always do stuff, those are grants. But again, you're right.
right. And like I said, I've had to go through like line by line soldiers' bank accounts to see, where is their money going. And if their money's not going, it's not like they're not allowed to have cable or they're not allowed to have cell phones or anything like that. It's just like they can't have like a $300 a month cable package. But yeah, they can have, the normal, like, $75 a month cable package. But, if their money's not getting blown, AER will give them the grant.
I think what sold them on giving me a grant was the fact that I was a retiree and paying $1,800 a month in child support.
Right. See, like I said, that's not, you blowing your money.
That's a big green weenie from the state of California for you right there.
Yeah, fuck California.
Wow.
Fuck. Well, they're going to turn into another country or something. They're going to turn to the new California. I can't wait. Dude, you know what? There's been certain initiatives where California was supposed to split in 6 states and it didn't happen. There was going to be an actual, because like I said, growing up in the West, California was actually like Texas, very, not, I wouldn't say completely fucking, conservative, but it was
a republic.
It was reasonable law, reasonable common sense type stuff. You know what I mean? You could ride your dirt bike out in the fucking forest or in the woods and on the desert and shit, and nobody would pull you over and say you can't have your motorcycle, you can't have your dirt bike on this trail. Why? Because it's on the trail.
Because it's not smogged.
It's not smogged, but it's a dirt bike. It's not. It's supposed to be on the dirt. Well, it's got to be street legal. It's a dirt bike. It can't be street legal because you're supposed to ride on the. You know what I mean? They always try to catch you in that shit. So fuck that state and everything that happens to it. They deserve it. When it comes
I'm gonna trigger you right now.
Oh fuck.
New news coming out of California. Apparently, they're going to start pressing charges on waiters who give people straws, unrequested straws. Could result in 6 months in jail and $1,000 fine because it violates whatever food code California has right now.
Oh my god. Yeah,
I didn't ask for a straw. You're going to jail for 6 months, and you're going to get fined $1,000.
Fuck that state, man. I'm telling you, fuck that state.
You can say they're grasping at straws.
They're grasping at straws. Well, you know what's happening with all the companies now? Again, everyone's saying Armageddon and fuck this and all that. Although aloof D. Treasy is, I don't know what's going on. I thought his policies were bad, but all these large corporations appear to be giving bonuses left and right. And Starbucks, one of the largest fucking anti-Trump people, anti-anything Trump or the Republicans and all that, the official coffee of Antifa, they are giving pay raises and the same fucking bonuses to their employees. And they even said, "Man, these tax breaks are fucking, good shit."
Oh, imagine that.
Yeah, go figure. So again, I don't understand what all this stuff is going on with. Well, here's what California's doing. All that extra money that they're having, California's taxing them on it, and double taxing the employees that are getting these raises and the bonuses.
So glad I left that fucking state.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
Oh my God.
Jerry Brown's a piece of shit with eyes, man. I don't know why. Exactly. Is it okay? Can we call people names and shit on air?
And his deputy governor or his lieutenant governor, Gavin Newsom.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh my God. So, I mean, Arnold would have been is more of actually did some shit in California. All he did was just pander everybody. So yeah, exactly. Someone just sent me a fucking meme. We will no longer called country shitholes from now on, that we refer to as turd world nations. Got it.
Nice.
So,
got it. Yeah.
Yeah. So California's going to tax them even harder. And all these corporations now, there's several corporations, large contracted defense now, are saying, you know what? I'm the fuck out of the state. State of Florida just passed a law stating straight up that you will not pay property taxes if you're a retired vet because of these fucking laws. Ooh.
I might move south.
You hear that? That's what I'm saying. State of North Carolina's fucking opening up medicinal marijuana, recreational marijuana. There's going through the House and all that shit. What the fuck's going on? Why is everyone getting all fucking hyped up on this shit? That's what I'm talking about. Get it?
I'm in the right place.
States.
I'm right in between all these southern states that are suddenly turning red.
Well, I'm just saying, the states. It's. I wouldn't say it's not. Everyone's like talking about civil war. No. Nothing to do with that. It's just the state is what it's supposed to. It's not supposed to be ruled by the fucking government. Think about it, nation. You're not supposed to be getting ruled by representatives from New York and California if you're not from there. And if you have people that are from fucking, the Midwest that are getting dicked up, which a lot of people from the Midwest, Kansas, Colorado, Utah, Idaho, there's a lot of you could say there's less initiatives and less veterans support systems out in those states as opposed to the other ones that are saying fuck you to the government. We're legalizing weed. The last one was fucking really difficult was Florida because they had Morgan and Morgan, John Morgan, Morgan and Morgan. I'm not doing a plug for Morgan and Morgan, but that dude just like I said before, all these individuals that are passing this stuff has probably had something happen to their family and they're watching their family members suffer. And then they have like a crazy brother or uncle that gives that person a doobie, and the next thing you know, they're good to go. Or they have quality of life. So yeah, what's funny is yeah, there you go, T-Max. I was just about ready to fucking bring that up. So our illustrious fucking tuber there, fucking Manning, Private Manning, because he's still in the Army while awaiting appeal. So while he's awaiting appeal, he's still considered active duty. So he's running around violating ER 670-1.
Haircuts out of reg.
Man. Has he identified as that now? What does his deers look? What does his deers look like? What does his LES says? Does it say girl or does it? You know what I mean? What's he identifying?
His psych is probably a 6 at this point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then we have other states now stating, thank you guys for the tidbits. You guys are totally hitting all the spots that I'm talking about. Joe saying that in the state of Washington, they're now no longer cooperating with ICE. Why would you not want to cooperate with me? The DMV are not cooperating with ICE when they hold records, even though they'll be given federal warrants, which is illegal for an agency to do. If you're subpoenaed a warrant, you need to fucking hand them up.
That's it.
You need to hand them up. That's it. Those records got to go. So the state of Washington saying, no, we ain't gonna do that. And then, it gets even better. California's just passed actually, we're bashing California. We're not bashing California. We're fucking telling you the truth. What's going on in California?
I'm bashing California.
It's for you guys to decide. No, it's for you guys to decide. So the thing is that the state of California now passed a law that they will apprehend and arrest anyone who assists ICE in arresting illegal immigrants.
Voluntarily. So what California said was if ICE agents come into your place of business and don't have a warrant and you give up Jose, you're going to jail.
Yeah.
Because you violated Jose's Fourth Amendment rights.
Yes, which is
it kind of makes sense.
It does,
but at the same time, you're illegal. You don't have Fourth Amendment rights.
Correct. Exactly that. You don't have a because should the Constitution apply to citizens?
That's a good question.
Should the Constitution apply to people that are here? Because when you think about it, when they get punished under our laws, they are kind of following the Constitution, right?
Yeah.
So
if you're here illegally, or you are a Spanish tourist from Spain that comes over, are you protected by our Constitution?
I mean, we send motherfuckers to Gitmo. You know what I mean? How about that? I bet you we sent. No, that's too nice. That's too good for them. We need to have like a supermax prison, like the ultimate in detaining area. And another thing too, you won't bring your kids when they're fucking getting hypothermia and shit and frostbite when they're up in the Antarctic. Sent to the new and improved WTF Nation immigration facility.
Ooh.
Again, son of an immigrant. I can fucking say this because family did it right. They did it legal. It's pretty easy to fucking do. You just got to follow the fucking instructions.
Son of an immigrant.
You son of an immigrant. Damn you, son of a damn you, goddamn son of a. Because here's the Customs and Border Protection guys. They have the authority to operate within 100 miles of any external boundary within this country. Coastal borders. So permanent residents, the green card holders, and lawful U.S. visa visitors, if a student, whatever, are not only required to fucking carry their papers, your papers please, but they're required to provide them upon request from immigration officials. It's the fucking law already.
Oh, imagine that.
Yeah. So, your papers, please. It would be no different than a Leo asking me for my ID. ICE, can I see your ID? Sure. Here you go.
Are you an American citizen? Yes,
Yep.
I am.
Yes, I am.
Have a nice day.
Yeah. Have a nice day. Here you go. Well, hey, what forms of ID you want? You want my Texas driver's license? You want my CAC? Do you want some bank card? You want a credit card? I'll give you all ID you want.
I've been through quite a few immigration checkpoints north of the border through Arizona and Texas, and usually my run-ins with border agents is, are you a U.S. citizen? Yes, I am. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Definitely
It's
not
that white privilege.
Not a YouTube-worthy moment.
Oh, damn! I can't believe you just said that, Spank.
I know.
Somebody,
because that's all I get asked too.
I had a friend of mine
all the time.
I had a friend of mine tell me that he was pissed off that he is no longer, he is Hispanic, but he's no longer considered a minority. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah. He's like, I'm considered white, but
Here's your privilege.
And I'm like, and he's like, no. He goes, this is bullshit. He's like, so someone took my race card. Now where's my fucking white privilege card?
Well, maybe that's
what I'm saying.
Are you an American citizen? They just wave you through.
Exactly. God damn. I don't know. What blows me away is that I know this is Sergeant's time. We're supposed to be talking about Army shit. We are going to talk about Army shit. But it was just one of those. I'm just catching up with some of the news days and stuff because it's just been going crazy.
This affects you in PCS moves.
Yeah, it does.
Right.
It does. It will. But the whole thing is that this is not a difficult situation. I mean, it's pretty easy. You are told to go pay something. You go pay. It's almost like you're all happy because you get your green card and all this other stuff, and you get processed through, and you get your stuff done, and then you go and you stay, and then you have within this many times to go do it, and it's like a little scavenger hunt, and you go and fucking do that shit, and get all that stuff done. You pay your bills. You get an I-10, which is an individual tax ID number, and that way you can go, and that becomes your social security number as you get closer to owning your green card, and then kablam, that fucking simple.
You get an I-551, which is a green card, which
yeah.
isn't actually green, by the way.
No, it actually looks like a credit card.
Yeah.
It looks like a fucking
It's almost like a passport card.
Yeah. So,
and it's not that hard to get one. I helped my second wife get one.
See which one I'm talking. Yeah, I had two. Wife number 2 and 4. Yeah, Wait, or was it 5? I can't remember. Anyways, they were assisted, and I asked them, "Do you want to be an American?" Well, not really. Are you gonna be mad? Nope. Just remember, you're not a fucking American. So when the Migros shows up and you're all fucking freaking the fuck out, and they want to look at your papers and you don't have your shit straight, and after I told you, that's like the ultimate in nagging for guys if you're married to an immigrant. So again, it's just simple rules that you could fucking use. Simple fucking rules that it's not that difficult to look. Put it this way: if you go out and process yourself as an illegal alien, if you're illegal and you have the tenacity and the initiative to go get a driver's license, like i.e. stand in line, and you go to a polling booth even though you're not authorized to do it, except everybody in California, if you're an illegal alien, you'll be able to register for vote. Yeah, you'll be able to register to vote in California, by the way. That was the other one I was going to hit. If you're illegal, you could register to vote in California. But that's none of my business, sweet tea. So the thing is that if you have that initiative to go do all that shit, if you have the initiative to go vote, you have the initiative to go get a goddamn driver's license, you have the initiative to go get some fucking groceries, pay your bills, buy a car or whatever, then you have the initiative to go out and get a green card.
Because it's just about as difficult.
It's just exactly that.
Oh, you studied the driver's test? You went to the DMV, took the written test, stood in line for 6 hours, and then got behind the wheel and
then you
didn't hit the curb.
Didn't hit the curb. Yeah, that's how.
Congratulations.
Yep. That's how you get a green card. The green card's the same way.
It is. It's simple.
So
you fill out a couple of forms. I think it cost me a little bit of money. It wasn't much.
Altogether, it was like $100 here, $200 there, $300 there, $100 there, $50
and
there,
most of that was filing fees.
Yeah, and that's exactly what most of it is too, or hearing fees too. But that was all. It wasn't all together. It was just, okay, your next, and they even tell you, they even walk you through the process. Okay, your next fee is going to be this much. You make sure you report to this time, and make sure you go over here, and you got to go sign in this stuff, and you got to go to the immigration building that's over here.
And make sure you have this form filled out in triplicate. But don't sign it until you get here.
Until you get here, exactly that. And then once you sign it, then you have to pay $100. So you know for a fact already ahead of what's going to cost. So
hey, how about you start a GoFundMe account for that shit?
Yeah, exactly. But don't do it on US Army WTF. What's a radio? We will not participate in any type of GoFundMe's because although I'll be fucking honest, we would not be able to bet it. And, I don't want to make sure that's not for no fucking tequila money or some shit like that.
I beg to differ, Mr. Daniel Jones. I don't think it adds up to a couple of grand. For me, I think it was a couple $100, but it wasn't a couple grand.
Well, I will say for my situations, because of where we're at and where they were from, you want to talk about white privilege? One of them was from a European country, and we were paying out the fucking ass for her. You might as well just bought a fucking BMW and brought her fucking back. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I had a similar situation. She was European. She was German.
Yeah.
And we went through the San Francisco immigration office.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fucking crazy. So it's too easy. Now everyone's talking about, hey, but why are you doing this and why are you doing that, and how come you're saying this, and why are you being so hateful? Hey, look, we got to get to a solution somehow. So there you go.
But we got to be responsible about it.
Yeah, dude, we can't just sit there and haul off and say no, screw that. And I'm definitely going to make sure your ass is on the bus or boat going back to your fucking shithole country if you're waving a flag other than ours if you want to be in this country. If you like us so much and you say that this country's done so good, again, if you had the initiative to go to fucking school and get good grades and hang in there to get a fucking degree, then guess what? You can get a fucking green card. Son of an immigrant. Son of an immigrant. Someone say. Yeah. Son of an immigrant.
You son of an immigrant.
You son of an immigrant.
You're taking my jobs.
You're taking your job. Okay, so DACA, we already discussed. It's not law. It is not in the Constitution. It is a program and is a policy. It's not a fucking law. And then also there's some other initiatives in there that were different. So there were individuals who may have been stifled. Now, don't get me wrong. Immigrants have a problem with our authority because all they see is YouTube. They have people who are there that are kind of telling them, hey, you want to be careful, man. The cops will fucking kill you, and the cops do this, the cops do that, and the cops do this, and all sorts of shit. And
you're talking about the people that make money off of drama.
Yeah, exactly. So
drama and sex
yeah.
sell.
Indeed. So, what I don't want to get into is the fact that there are some people, you're tired, hungry, bring your huddled masses and all this other stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's your right. We want to make sure, however, let's open them shits. Let's open up Ellis Island again. Hey, it seemed to have fucking worked for the Italians and the fucking the Irish.
The Irish.
So why can't we use that for everyone else? I'm not saying
and the Chinese.
And the Chinese. Yeah, I'm not saying we fly everybody to fucking New York from there, but we should have a south of the border fucking Ellis Island. They should have that Ellis Island like type of facility there, and then just processes them motherfuckers one way, and then if you don't fucking make it because you find out that your records are this or you're that or you got 5 socials already, you've been busted back, then you walk into this room, you get incinerated, and then we go. No, I shouldn't say that.
Well, no, we should. Part of the problem with bringing everybody through Ellis Island is they created slums in New York.
Correct. You ever seen
Here you go. Welcome to the United States. Get off the boat.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
And everybody was in the same spot at the same time.
Exactly.
That's how you got the gangs in New York and Irish slaves for the most part, because they were so desperate looking for jobs because it was so overcrowded in New York after they got dumped off at Ellis Island. You want to do that again? You want the huddled masses to come through a central entry point?
Well, they seem to be going through Texas, and they seem to be going through all the border states. Why not have several processing stations at the south of the border, and have the buildings built? Because the boundaries are kind of shady, anyways. Have the boundaries built overlapping each border, so they're coming in through the Mexico side, getting processed and getting their papers done and shit. Trademark ICE, WTF Nation Radio. This is my idea. Podcasted today on the 25th of fucking January 2018.
Signed in triplicate.
Yeah.
By myself.
Exactly that. So we have 2 masters, a jump master and a master gunner here telling you that this is our idea. Our idea. And have like a fucking Ellis Island south of the border at different points in each state. So they all come there. They can get water. They can get a fucking shower in. They get inspected. They get checked out. It's almost like a fucking immigrant MIPS. You know what I mean? And if you're tested for whatever, you get to stay here, and that's it. And then not only will you have been processed through, where are you gonna stay? I got family in Texas, and I got family to whatever. Where are you gonna stay? You have an address? Well, we don't know yet. Well, okay, hang on. Well, who do you have? And have people like counselors there. If you're gonna do it, let's do it fucking right, because it's not gonna fucking go away. We're gonna have motherfuckers crossing the fucking border illegally all the fucking time because of what? Because we're gonna have those same corporations that are financing and giving their employees $1,000 bonuses and pay raise are gonna be the same. Are going to be the same ones that are fucking they're gonna be giving them illegal those jobs to illegal immigrants anyways if they don't have enough people to do the work.
That's true.
I have been in such type of corporationings where they have done that. They have, hey, ICE, you speak Spanish, go out and get some trabajo. Okay. Just go over to the corner right there in this one place and you'll be able to get it. Isn't that illegal? Laughs.
Don't ask, don't tell.
Exactly. As they laugh in oppressive people, as oppressive bosses, they're like, stupid Mexican. Go forth and bring some Mexicans over. So I went over to the spot, I grabbed some Mexicans, they were able to get some work done, and I was like, wow. And it was condoned. And this is out west, of course. It was condoned because nobody else wanted to fucking do some of the jobs. And again, I'm speaking around the whole immigrant concept here. I'm talking about the ones that do want to come here and come to work and all that stuff. What would be wrong with fucking that shit? What would be wrong with that? And then on the sides of the buildings of these processing stations, have that motherfucker mined like the DMZ.
And if you make it across, you survive. It's like defecting from North Korea to South Korea. If you make it and you survive,
if you have
granted citizenship automatically.
If you have actual fucking like legits, exactly. You see what Cos wrote? Cos wrote, we won't call it Ellis Island. We'll call it Essay Island. Hey, Holmes. We'll call it the Kukui fucking processing station. Hey, Essay 1, Essay 2, you there? Hey, Holmes. Essay 3 here. Yeah. But what's wrong with that? It's like, it would be just like a giant fucking MIP station built across. Like, as a matter of fact, build it like a giant square diamond over the fucking border so you have some areas you can come in hanging out, and it's all processed in. And they got to come in, they sit down, they get interviewed and all this other stuff. And if they can bring their kids, that way they can have a pediatrician there. Think about the fucking jobs this would create. Have pediatricians there. Have pediatricians there and doctors to make sure, you ain't got the fucking like that. And do some real quick on the, like, instant fucking testing. And it's like quarantine. And then you can say the same thing. Hey, we do it to the Hawaiians. And then you're good to fucking go. That's what you fucking do in Hawaii. You go to fucking Hawaii, everything's quarantined your ass. You're there for like your dogs and animals and shit like that's quarantined there for 48 hours or something like that. You can't do anything there, because it's all fucking whatever. The same thing when it comes back across, it would be no different than that. Keep them quarantined there, and it's not a quarantine. It's just more like you're just making sure that all your tests come back negative for like tuberculosis or something like that. And then have them treated, give them some sort of fucking medicines. Like, hey, take this every fucking day. Make sure you take this, and this will clear this shit up. Unless you got fucking something that's terminal, then we're just going to give you some placebo and just say, here, take this, and you'll be okay type shit. I don't know. Give them some fucking medicinal marijuana or some weed so that way they can have quality of life when they fade the fuck out. But at least we'll have accountability of them. At least we'll get some...
You gotta catch that black gonorrhea before it comes into the country.
Yeah, exactly, because we don't want to have those facilities turned into a no-go zone. But you'd have like a fucking... It would be straight up. It would be straight fucking... They'd come in process. They'd sign their names, where'd you come from, what country, because, some of them are coming through the border. They're not always coming from Mexico. Where are you coming? And you're coming up there like that, and then next thing you know, okay, we're going to provide some biometric data. And if you ask them what that, just say, hey, look in this light. There's a picture of your iris. Get a fucking fingerprint done. Get some biometrics down. Type in the information, and bam, they're in the database. They're in the system. And that's
now go see the doctor, get medically cleared. When you get done with that, you go see the guidance counselor.
Exactly.
Tell them what your trades and skills and interests are.
Did you bring anything else from you? I see you got a bag there. Is that a bundle or is that your papers from the fucking country you're coming from? And they say, well, you kind of got me as a bundle. Oh, it's a bundle, huh? Well, who gave it to you? What's that? Provide this information, and we'll provide you a small reward for private tips. You know what I mean? What about the wall? Build the fucking wall. I'm not saying that we can't build a wall. Fuck yeah, build a wall. Build a wall. Do something like that, and I guarantee it will change the image of what the law is, understanding that people still have to go to the law. Because wasn't there a Marine that was captive in Mexico because he made a wrong fucking turn?
Yep.
We don't want to have them shits happen. So, and then that's it. That's it. And if they're bad, they're jailed right there. They're in that facility for a minute to be held, and then the authorities can come pick them up. Too easy. So it's like a processing facility. It's a processing facility, and you're able to account for the people that are coming in the country. You're able to weed out those that are non-fucking, that are the ones we don't want in the country. You want fucking
the threats.
Yeah, the threats. And you know what? What they don't say in the news is that there's been like Arab motherfuckers, guys from Yemen, guys from fucking. They've been getting busted down there, and everyone's like, oh, we got 2 Pakistanis. The fuck, they Pakistanis? They fucking Obla 2 now or some shit? You know what I mean? So, and that's it. That's too easy. And that right there, not only will it solve some of the problems of not knowing how many, because when we say, every time you hear, there's 8 million undocumented, how do you fucking know if they're undocumented, that means you don't know, right? I mean, I would assume that 8 million people coming in the country, and you just happen
the official unofficial census.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be too easy. Too easy. And the like I said, you'd create jobs in that area. Hell, you know what? There might even be some fucking a new city or town might sprout the fuck up next to Mega City 1 or some shit. You know what I mean? Make it like Drug Dredge or something like that.
It'd be like an episode of Border Town. You seen that commercial?
Yes, exactly that. And again, and you're not. You're kind of like it's almost like and we will help you out. As a matter of fact, we will ship them to California because California said, well, who wants them? Well, California has said they will take a bunch of them. Really? How many? Fucking give them.
Jerry Brown wants them.
Yeah, give them the bus. Fuck it. They're legal now. Fuck them. Take them.
Here you go, buddy.
Yeah, there you go. Then what's gonna happen? Who cares? Because they're now legal. They're now processed and they're now accounted for. So then, if they come through and if you give federal assistance money for these biometric machines at every law enforcement agency, you can take them to a major city, and they'll be able to scan. Like if they get arrested and they know they're from another country and they're there, as an immigrant, not because they're legit, because they went through the ICE and the Mike Golf processing facility, then they'll be able to run their biometrics, and then they'll say, oh yeah, this guy just came over here in this country and this and this. I guarantee it. It'll help clear the individuals out. It'll cut a lot of the fucking language barriers with bullshit. I mean, I just see this as a win-win, because you're not going to get rid of everybody. Now, get me wrong. I'm not saying that I want fucking amnesty, but something's got to fucking happen, because everyone's talking back and forth of what they can say they can and can't do. So me and Mike Golf, WTF Nation Radio, U.S. Army W2 Moments, trademark 25 January 2018, in the year of our ICE. Yeah. So say at the J Ready.
The Southern United States Ice Golf Processing Center.
There you go.
I've made a note.
You made a note, right? You gotta make sure you make the note. Make it note right now, because I know I'll guarantee it. We've already blessed it by J Ready. So say at J Ready. So I want to make sure that we want to have our freaking legit numbers on this and our stamp, because what I don't want is I want people to go, well, yeah. I guarantee it. Lately, what the main page and what we have been broadcasting has been spot on, has been reported and taken from these large media companies. These, like, Fox News steals main page shit. MSNBC steals more fucking, you know what I mean? They steal radio stuff. We got people stealing our shit.
Really?
I'm just saying. I don't know who would do that.
They're just getting lazy.
I know. I mean, so be it. So say at the J Ready. But again, I think that would be a better accountability than having just anybody just come. You know what I mean? At least you'll be able to. They won't be undocumented, because they'll be accountable. They'll be retinal scanned. I didn't say rectal scan. I said retinal scan. So, yes. Yeah. What do you mean you were denied? What was that? You were denied in what? You were
denied a job as a 911 dispatcher.
6 years experience in Iraq and doing the same thing. Saith the Lord, J Ready. But anywho, you know what, dude? We're already fucking. Oh, I'm still trying to fucking speak about what we were going to talk about earlier, and we're now have to take a break so we can get our guests on.
Oh shit.
So we're gonna have Dan from Higher Heroes come on in a sec. We're gonna go ahead and take a break so that way we can get him in his house, and then we'll be back. So so immigration shots, Mike Golf Ice Processing Station shots.
You say I walk on the truth, but I've nothing to
Well, it definitely is all about the visuals, although pretty sure it's illegal.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe. I suggest we use it.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
And we're back. Rocking and rolling with Dan. What's going on, Dan from Hire Heroes? How you doing, man?
How you doing, sir? All good.
Oh,
Thank you.
man.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, man. It's already blew the faux pas, man. You called me sir. Oh. So, what's up?
If it makes you feel any better, he did the same thing to me.
Oh, okay. Well, then cool. You got, well, he's a Marine, so you got to kind of, they always call everybody sir when they don't know and they're not sure. They just say, sir. So anyways, so we got Dan from Hire Heroes, a full-service staffing and recruiting solutions firm exclusive for veterans. Am I getting it right?
So far, so good.
Okay, so tell us about what you got, and tell us about you.
Yeah, absolutely. So Hire Heroes is actually a nonprofit. We partner with another organization that focuses on their full-service staffing and recruiting side. But Hire Heroes is really all about trying to position the veteran for success once they get out of the service.
Now, are you seeing a lot of veterans coming out in recent days that seem like, I don't know, they've been put through the meat grinder and the military is just say, okay, get out of here? I mean, are you seeing a lot of?
It's a mixed bag. We try and connect through any means possible with the veteran, whether it's going on base, doing a transition seminar, or they reaching directly out to us. Everybody's got a different experience, but there's a lot of work to be done out there.
No, I'm sure. So what got you started in doing this organization?
I was a satellite communication specialist, got out of the Corps thinking I had a great skill set and that somebody was going to scoop me up for a job. And really, there was nobody there to scoop me up for a job. Kind of felt like I was an island by myself and wound up in the staffing business.
Oh, God.
So I've been doing that for over 20 years and stood up Hire Heroes as a nonprofit with a couple other veterans about 5 years ago. Now,
did you find it a little bit like a little scary at first, like getting this thing started, getting it off the ground?
It was one of those things. Be careful what you wish for. Our goal when we first started was if we could help one more veteran today than we did yesterday, we're moving the change, and we're doing great things. 5 years later, we've helped thousands and thousands of veterans really position themselves for success. And that's really what it's all about. It's not trying to help a veteran get a job. It's really trying to position them for success in their next career. Right? Everybody has a different definition of what that might be. And we do it through training.
Now, I was about to say, can you just go over a little bit of it?
Yeah. So we position the veterans for success by providing them training with the tools necessary so that they're able to sustain their living when they leave the service. What does that mean? So a big focus is on IT. You turn on the news, everything's cyber, cloud. So we try and train veterans for free through cybersecurity. We use that as an example. Past 2 years, we partnered up with DHS and trained over 30,000 veterans through cybersecurity. And really what that does is it helps the veteran position themselves with being educated, getting trained, getting certified. And once they're out there looking for a job, they now have some credentials that'll really help move them to the top of the list.
Who do you partner with mostly when it comes to those type of jobs? Do you guys provide it yourself?
The jobs or the training?
The training, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so the training, we've got a handful of partners. One of them is DHS. We've got a partnership with Amazon as well. So, For instance, if anybody's interested in working for Amazon, you can go and sign on to our website and you can go get trained for free, either as a cloud support associate or a cloud support engineer. Once you get trained, you come through, get certified. Once you get that certification, our partnership with Amazon will allow you to jump to the front of the line and set up an immediate phone screen with a hiring manager.
Wow. Holy wow. I mean, so I only say this because I'm thinking about transitioning out. I'm thinking about it. So wait, for real? So you will actually? So if I'm Mr. Geekoid and I wanted to get some coding experience done, do you guys do that type of stuff?
We do, and we do that. The coding specifically through a new partnership we're getting ready to announce here. Should see a press release come out next week with a company called Skillsoft. They're the largest cloud-based training provider out there. And we've got access now to 100,000 user licenses specifically for veterans.
Yeah, don't they work with SAP too? Don't they work with SAP as well?
They do. We've got a partnership with SAP, the SANS Institute, Salesforce, Splunk, NetApp. So we're really positioned well, and there's no other nonprofit out there that I could think of that really provides free training, no strings attached, no dollars, no GI money. It's, if we're not offering it for free, we're not offering it.
Holy, well, hang on. Okay, so here, I just want to put I'm feeling. I'm just kidding. I will look into this. I've already looked into some of your websites and stuff. Now, you also have a job posting on your page. What exactly? What is the screening for? I mean, are you just throwing any other job? So if I was an employer, how would I go about doing that with you?
So we've got a job board. It's hireourheroes.com. That's the job board. And on the job board, companies can post jobs. And we encourage veterans to go there and look for opportunities and apply for opportunities. Those jobs posted are specifically companies looking to hire veterans.
Now, looking through some of this stuff too, they're not the what everyone thinks that when you look for a job and you're a veteran, immediately everyone goes to truck driving, or everyone immediately goes to that type of work. Do you have sometimes people having a misconception that you're going to give them that Fortune 500 job with a desk and company car and all that? Do you have guys coming in sometimes with that misconception?
They do. But to give you an idea, there are 17, almost 18,000 jobs posted on the website.
Yes, there is.
So
I stopped counting after
I can
5.
promise you that they're not all truck driver jobs.
Yeah, no, they're not. They're not. So if I'm getting ready to transition out, and I fill out, how do I go about once I get on your website? What's my step? What do I do?
So if you want training, you go to hireourheroes.org, and simply you could in the search bar type training. Mm-hmm. You could type Amazon, if you will, and the Amazon login will pop up. We got a new website launching in April, so there'll be some new features and some cool stuff coming out. But you just type in training in the search box. It'll verify. One of the things we do that we verify that everybody that comes through the doors is a veteran. Through one of our third-party partners, a company called Troop Swap or ID Me. Verifies you're a veteran and put in your info, and it hits the DoD database and says this guy's good to go. Let him in. Once you're in the door, you're able to tap into all of our services that we offer for free.
Wow, that's impressive.
So it's all about we're trying to get from the veteran just getting a job and position them for their next career, because anybody can get a job, right? Walmart's hiring, Starbucks is hiring, great companies, but men and women that come out of the service, they need a career.
Yeah, they do.
And that's really what we're trying to position them for.
Exactly. And you also go ahead.
I'm looking at the thing that interests me most about your website, Dan, is the resume builder, because I've been looking the last 6 months for something that's a little more in depth than TAPS, the Soldier for Life program that we had to out process, and I think I found what I'm looking for in your website, because I've been having a real hard time trying to translate being an Abrams Master Gunner into a resume.
Yeah, well,
you give me a call, man. We'll help you out. We do a lot of mentoring, a lot of one-on-one coaching, resume support. We've got an awesome apprenticeship program, not an apprenticeship program, but mentoring program through another partner called Veterati.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. Go ahead. Explain how that works.
So basically, it's, we reach out to Fortune 500 emerging growth companies, Fortune 50 companies across the nation, bring them in as executives and professionals, and they're interested in kind of mentoring and coaching vets. So the veteran signs up through Veterati, and you can type Veterati in the search bar on hireourheroes.org. The veteran signs up, and they get to pick who they want to talk to as their mentor. They get to pick one mentor, 5 mentors, and they get set up as many calls as they want, as often as they want, or as little as they want. It's really, if you want to engage, you're looking for a coach, and I encourage everybody out there to get a coach, no matter what rank, what grade you are. I today, 20 years later, after being out, I still have a coach and a mentor. It's something that's important.
It is. Now you said you come on. They invite you on the military installations to do any type of job fairs, or was that something that you just said that you do that per invitation?
Per invitation, but we're kind of moving to the virtual job fair, and here's why. We've got one coming up in April. Personally, I'm not a big fan of job fairs because there's a lot of false expectations. If you're going to go to a job fair, you should go out there and network.
Yeah.
Don't walk away or walk in thinking you're going to get a job, because that's not really what it's all about.
Correct.
It's good to kind of survey the landscape, see what's out there, see what companies, maybe, grab a couple of business cards, make a few connections.
Exactly.
We've moved to the virtual job fair thing, where companies will set up a virtual booth. Veterans will come in, pick what companies they want to talk to, and they'll basically do an interview online. If they pass the sniff test, they'll set up a phone screen and then a face-to-face from there and get hired.
Awesome. That's awesome. Now, if I'm a company, what do I do? If I'm a corporation, how do I go about throwing myself out there? What do I do? Can you give me the process of that? Because then we have other companies that listen to us as well, so I was just curious to see.
Absolutely. So hireourheroes.org is for corporations. They can click partner with HOH, and then we'll go ahead and reach out with them and figure out how we can connect the dots and generate the activity they're looking, to get in front of the veteran population. Or they can go post a job on hireourheroes.com.
So what's the what can you give the guys some and gals some do's and don'ts and what not, because there's a lot, like you said, there's a lot of false expectations. So do you have something that any preparatory type of checklist before the guys get on here? What do they need before they log on?
Before they log on to the website?
Yeah. I mean, like, because well, for me, I've been in the military for forever and a day, so I know when it comes to something like this, to prepare for a briefing or to prepare for that, you have to have your research, you have to have notes and all that. But what do you say to the kid that's coming out? What do you say to the kid that's about ready to get to get his ducks in a row prior to him logging on your website?
I tell everybody, don't wait till the last minute. Don't reach out to me and say, hey, I'm getting out in 3 weeks, or I got out 3 weeks ago or 6 months ago. I tell everybody to prepare at the 2-year mark. You guys are going to get out. Guys and girls are going to get out at some point. You guys need to prepare. Get as much education as you can. Don't pay a dime for anything. There's a lot of organizations out there that see the veterans as being vulnerable and offer a lot of garbage that they want you to pay for. And I can get it to you for free. And there's a lot of organizations out there that want to offer it to you for free. So I tell you that as key number one. Specifically resumes. There's a lot of companies out there that'll assist veterans with doing resumes for free. And then there's companies out there charging veterans $300, $400, $500 to get it done.
Damn.
Don't pay 1 red cent for any of that.
Now, do you have do you have any vignettes? Do you have any stories like the guy that, because I like hearing success stories. So do you have any good success stories of some kids out there?
Yeah, so I mean, it's kind of full life cycle, right? So we got a veteran that came out of that got out of the service after 20 years in the Marine Corps, left San Diego, reached out to us, needed help with his resume. We got his resume squared away. He had an opportunity to interview with Halliburton out in Texas. We used to have a program, so I just want to clarify that. We were flying veterans across the country for free last year.
Wow.
For job interviews. We had a partnership with Southwest. That program has since ended.
Mm-hmm.
However, we flew them there, put them in a suit, tie, squared them away, got him to the interview. He got the job. We helped him and his family relocate there, and they lived there happily ever after. And he's still working there today. You could check out. There's some good testimonials out there on our Facebook page of some great stories of guys really, moving the change. It's really just all about positioning the vets for success. That's all we're trying to do.
No, exactly.
And we'll try and give you as many tools as we have. I'm readily available, and we've got a slew of volunteers that are readily standing by as well.
Yeah, I was about to say, is it just you and someone else, or you have help on this, right?
We're 100% volunteer. We've got 2 part-time paid resources. Our board is volunteer. Everything we do is through partnerships and in-kind donations.
Mm-hmm.
So we leverage ourselves and our brand to bring in partners such as Amazon or Skillsoft or Veterati or NetApp, those organizations, where we're able to connect the veteran to that opportunity for no cost. So that's kind of the value, where that connective tissue between corporate America and the veteran.
Now, do you have, would it be some sort of GI Bill program, like say I want to complete school or I want to start school? Do you guys do the same thing to get that type of, I guess it would be if someone's going to school part-time, to get them in and get that person a job while they're going to school as well? Or
so we're in the process of working on 2 partnerships right now. We're looking to 50 to 100 scholarships, where again, so anytime we offer anything to a veteran, there's no money exchange and there's no GI Bill money, so you'll never see it on our website. So we try and position, again, everything for free. Anything you want to do, whether it's go to school or get trained in the discipline, I can almost guarantee you that we've got it on our website. We're offering it. If not, we'll make sure that we connect you to the right person.
what's been the biggest sell? What's been the biggest job out there? What's the hot job out there? What's the type of occupation that's been coming off your website pretty good?
Cloud, IT, cyber. Like I said, cybersecurity is real big. There's, we put through 30,000 veterans just through cyber training in the past few years. The Amazon, the new Amazon partnership we have, where, you take the training, get certified, and Amazon standing by to interview you. There's 3 locations. They'll fly you and relocate you and your family. In Seattle, Texas, and Washington, D.C. No matter where you are. Pretty cool stuff, right?
Wow. I'm quiet because I'm kind of shocked that this is Amazon. We're talking about the Amazon.
The Amazon.
That is
Amazon.
impressive.
Seattle, Dallas, and Washington, D.C. They'll you get the certification, you take the training. Like I said, we're leading you to the water, providing you the tools. You got to do a little bit of the heavy lifting yourself. We work that brain housing group, get certified, and you're going to come out on top.
Yeah, of course.
I'm excited. I'm looking at the job listings now, and I'm seeing more job postings for horticulture than I've seen on any other website.
I was only glancing at it before, Dan, you came on the show, but now as we're going through it, I'm like, yeah, okay, thanks, Dan. Keep telling me more about this stuff. You know what I mean? This is
because I'm going to school for horticulture. I'm two years away from a bachelor's degree, and I wanted to start a farm, and I haven't seen this many listings for horticulture jobs on any other website.
It's unreal.
There you go.
Now, do you guys do anything for the for spouses? Do you guys help spouses as well, or do you work primarily with veterans?
So we try and help the spouse as often as we can. A lot of the programs are veteran specific. Mm-hmm. The Amazon position or program is for veterans and their spouses. So you don't need to be a rocket scientist. These are kind of entry level roles. Get your foot in the door.
Of course.
And you can make a decent living, right? The goal as we position the veteran for their next career is to make sure that the veteran's not underemployed, right? It's a big problem in our culture.
It is.
Underemployment is huge. you know, and you got to be able to live, right? You got to be able to sustain your living. So underemployment, you know, is a big problem, and we're trying to give you the tools necessary so that you know, we could help raise that median income to the next level by getting some of those certifications to get that training.
Now, did it? Is you said you've been running five years strong in this?
Yes, sir.
Why haven't we not heard about you, man?
You know, I mean, it's amazing. There's a lot of organizations out there doing great things. I think one of the big differentiators that we offer is, you know, we're specifically providing the training necessary to take you to the next level.
No, I hear you. I hear you. So tell us about you. Give us your story, like your legit story. What happened? What give us your Marine Corps life. I like picking on Marines, but go ahead.
The Marine Corps was good to me, man. I was a SATCOM guy. You know, they put me through 3 separate MOS schools. I've been to Norway, Germany, Ireland, Egypt. I got to do some cool stuff as a SATCOM guy. Worked out of the Naval Research Lab in the late 90s on the drone program back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my biggest fall to grace was, you know, getting out thinking I had this great skill set and couldn't find a job.
Yeah.
Right. So the TAP program, you think it's bad now. It was
almost non-existent. Yeah, it was non-existent back in the day.
Right. So that's really my motivation. And I spend, you know, countless and sleepless hours just doing what I can to give back to my brothers and sisters, just because it wasn't there for me when I wanted it and I needed it. Right. So I do it as a volunteer, right? I have a day job. I run a staffing company. I run a veteran job board, and I run the veteran nonprofit. So keep a lookout for this new announcement that's coming out next week, Skillsoft partnership. There's over 500,000 hours of training. It's all cloud-based. You can learn at your own pace. And it'll really help move the needle in your professional exposure and career and opportunity to get certified.
That's awesome. I'm distracted because I'm going through your jobs right now. I'm looking through all the stuff. I'm like, oh man, look at this, man. This is some good.
Yeah, this is going to keep me occupied all weekend.
Yeah, I was about to say this is.
I'll tell you what, you know, you use LinkedIn as a tool. I'm a big fan of LinkedIn. I do a lot of training on LinkedIn. If you're a veteran and you're not on LinkedIn, you need to network.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Exactly.
And I encourage all of you to go on LinkedIn, find me, Dan Caparel, put in Hire Our Heroes, ask me for a connection request. If there's anything I could ever do to help anyone, if I can't help you, I'll find somebody that can. Please feel free to send me an email, call me, text me. All my information is out there. I do what I can to help anybody.
That's right, man. This is so awesome. You say you're going to launch a new website, and you're going to have what day is that digital job fair that you're going to have?
So the date of the next job fair, it's a great question. Tentatively in April. So we're trying to coincide with the launch of the new website.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be happy to ping you, and hopefully you can share with your
yes
with your listeners when we do solidify that date.
No, because we're thinking about doing one too.
Are you?
Yeah, I was just telling everybody in the chat. I'm like, Dan stole my idea, damn Marine. So no, we're doing the same thing. We're WTF Nation Radio is playing about the same time we said the springtime, right? That we were going to do this. We were going to do a online job fair, and so we got our front desk working it right now. So maybe after after the show, you guys can link up with our front desk again, and then we could see something we could do probably together, or maybe do a 2-day event, or maybe do it a weekend. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
See what we can get. But again, how do you pronounce your last name again? Because I'm placing bets here.
Caparel.
Oh yeah. See, I would have totally lost the bet.
Who are you going with, Corporal?
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was going Caparelli. I was going not right. Caparel. So I was close. So somebody's asking, is it only private sector, or do you just help with government jobs too? Yeah, Spencer, they're doing government. He does government jobs too. What other government agencies do you work with aside from DHS?
Well, all the 3-letter agencies. Every 3-letter agency. If you have a clearance and you're interested in kind of making that lateral move, staying and working under the government, you've got a leg up next to the guy or girl who doesn't have the clearance. There's a lot of opportunity out there. You just got to know where to look.
Yeah, exactly. Well, shit, Dan. Thanks for coming on. This is awesome. I'm like totally, like I said, I'm flipping through your website right now. This is so much information. Shit, we could talk all night about this.
Awesome.
This is awesome.
So my admin assistant just told me that April 4th is our virtual job fair.
Happy birthday to me.
Okay,
there you go.
There we go.
Boom.
Let me.
But if we could align our forces and try and collaborate and do something together, we'd love to do it.
Yes, we would love. Man, if I'm doing it right now, I'm the station manager, so yeah, let's do it. For April, we'll Spanky, make sure you and the front desk crew and tell your supervisor that we're that would be the time to do it, to start corralling the forces. Because that's what we said. We said it was going to be around the springtime, and this is perfect. This is a perfect timing. So Dan, hey, thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, thank you, gents. I appreciate it. You guys are doing some great stuff out there, spreading the word. Thanks for allowing us to come on and spread the word. We'll continue to share some of the great things we're doing when we can, and
please, yeah.
Look forward to joining forces for that job fair coming up in April.
Definitely. All right, big man. Hey, take it easy. Have a good one.
You too. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Dan.
Yep. Oh, that was awesome. Hell yeah.
Wow, dude. I'm going to be busy this weekend looking at all this information.
Yeah, you're hearing it now.
On these websites.
You're hearing it now. WTF Nation Radio's joined forces. There'll be nothing to stop us this time. And joining forces with Dan from HireOurHeroes.org. This is awesome. This is what it's all about. And
that's it.
That right there. And he's saying, in WTF Nation, he is saying the key words that you guys should be zoning in on. He is talking about free training. Free training. There's not too many people out there that offer free online training. A, it's real fucking expensive, and B, there's a lot of overhead involved for you to pay and for a company to pay. To offer it free, man, I think it's awesome. And they're partnering up with Amazon. Shit. I hope you guys are checking it out. We're gonna post the links. Don't worry. As a matter of fact, this post that you see right now, if you go on to the Facebook post, I already have it tagged where it says 2100 EST. We have Hire Our Heroes. Just go into that, and it'll go onto their Facebook, and you'll be able to get on there. And then as we broadcast, I'll update this and refresh your browsers or refresh your phone, because after or during the break, I will update the post myself, so that way it's got all the Hire Our Heroes information. God, dude, I got distracted. I literally got what?
Oh, I did post all the other links in the Facebook live chat as well.
You did? Did you? No. I mean, like, instead of scrolling through them, I'm going to post it on the post. Like, so
okay.
So that way people don't have to dig through the chats to find that.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. So yeah, there we go. So front desk, there you go. You heard it. 4 April. Couldn't have picked a better day too, because that's Wednesday. He started what? A trial run my company. Let's start. Hopefully your first sergeant didn't hear that. No way, dude. So don't worry. It'll be on this post. Like I said, HireOurHeroes.org. Pretty easy. HireOurHeroes.org. So let me. I'll post that as soon as we take a break. But we're still going to talk. I mean, I'm still going over some of the stuff right here that he's been working. So some of the jobs that he has listed on here. He's got some engineering jobs. He's got some. He's got some other, like you said, some of the horticulture jobs on here is freaking awesome. If you are a corporation, would like to join in and volunteer your or post your job, then there's also a link for you guys in there to do it. Some of the free training. I'm clicking on the free training right now. Hang on. I didn't want to sit there and be disrespectful to Dan and not go over his stuff. I'm like, yeah, whatever, dude. So what they do is they have a step here, like they said, it's a troop ID. It's you have to verify that you're active duty or veteran status to access training, and you click on the troop ID verification. So once you click on that, then it'll walk you through the process for the training. So that's how you do that on their free training drop-down box if you look on that stuff. The job board, if you go to the job boards section of their page, God, this is awesome, dude. What the hell?
I know.
This is unreal.
He was a great guest, but at the same time a horrible guest, because he's got us so sidetracked.
Yeah, he's like, look at this. He's like, oh, look at. We're like, oh shit, this is some good stuff.
Damn.
Yeah, so he's got some, he's got some some work, and like I said, some of these jobs that he said have opportunities for spouses as well, but they're primarily for the veteran. They have on this job board 17,000 jobs. 17,000 jobs.
I saw that like 17,800 jobs on there.
Yeah, exactly. So you have you got freaking project managers, you got material handlers, you got welders, you got hot program assistants, you got repair navigators, waterproofing, a lot of stuff.
Remote cloud app developer, project managers.
Yeah, exactly. Some of these jobs are like $17 an hour. Some of these are $20 an hour. Some of these don't have any salaries, but health coach, registered nurse. Some of these are in Kentucky, Arizona, Jacksonville, Florida, Red Oak, Texas. Dude, God.
There was a job posting on there. I'm thinking about applying for it right now. Is that a horticulture extension agent for Clemson University?
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, everything was cool until you said Clemson, but I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's a foot in the door. It's not what you know, it's who you know, right? You get into the university system, all of a sudden you go to work for Auburn, Alabama, Stanford.
Yeah, I was just bringing balls because it's Clemson. That's all. No, but they also have a research assistant in Harvard.
Yes.
Harvard University. They got product manager for Triathlon and Serena Shades. Electronics companies. Dude.
Go check out the website, hireourheroes.org, hireourheroes.com. Go look for it.
Yeah, this is awesome. I just saw that too.
Do the free training and then go look for a job.
Yeah, electronics assembler, part-time retail associate, and all this other stuff. Come on, dude.
Don't sell yourself short. There's so much more to being employed than just assistant manager at Dollar General.
Where everyone is watching, you guys deserve followers like Wendy's. What are you talking about?
What?
Wait, is that a good thing, trying to get something like Wendy's? I like Wendy's. It tastes good. Wendy's tastes good.
Nuggets for life, yo.
Yeah, I'm getting hungry now, talking about Wendy's.
I know.
Somebody said
Spanky, where's our snacks?
Somebody said there'd be snacks here, Spanky. What's up with that? So
I'm eating them.
Yeah, exactly. Newark, Delaware, got awesome looking. I'm looking at all these jobs here, and I'm thinking, whoa. I'm not going to go to Delaware, but I'm just looking at if you're willing to move. God, dude.
You want a job in California? They got you. You want a job where...
California. You want to... Yeah, look at that. Surveying and mapping in Columbia and South Carolina. San Francisco. Littleton, Colorado. Atlanta.
You want a job in Florida where veterans don't pay property tax?
Yes, exactly.
We got you.
We're retired. Yeah. We're veterans. Yeah. What's up with that, dude? Better than the frozen beef lining. Oh. They must have something with the Army not working. What are you talking about, man? Where's everyone else watching? You guys deserve followers like Wendy's. I don't know what the joke is supposed to be.
I don't know.
But anyways, but again, this is pretty good. So again, Dan from Hire Heroes, man, dude, thank you so much for coming on. Front desk, make sure you square that shit away. I want max participation. Approved.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Make sure you send notes to your front desk peoples. It's going to be busy. You got to figure out who's going to host it. Who's going to do it?
Man. I'm
overwhelmed
now.
Yeah, I'm looking at this stuff right now too. I know we're supposed to be continuously talking about this stuff, but what is the other one? So there's nursing positions. Everyone's asking what kind of jobs are there. So nurse care, team manager for a nurse, a lot of RN jobs. Holy crap, there's a lot of them. Senior electro-optical PCBA test engineer. God, dude. The health info representative. This one's got a $3,000 retention bonus over here at St. Anthony Health and Rehab Social Services Assistance in Minneapolis. Dude. Mo money. Go get it. Go money. Dude, this is awesome. I'm like shuffling through this stuff. Okay, I gotta put it down. I showed you guys sitting there reading over my shoulder. So, anyways, well, thank you. We appreciate it. Okay, thank you. All right, better than frozen beef lining. Okay, we appreciate it, Daniel. Thanks for the translation there, Spurs. Appreciate the hey, how's Spurs been doing on freaking air? Have you guys heard him on air?
I actually have because usually I time my workouts and I'm listening to, the taco truck while, I have them playing on my Alexa or my, wiretap, as some people like to call that.
Alexa.
So yes, I listen to, them on the app on Alexa, while I do my workout. So yes, I mean,
So
he sounds great.
he sounds
Him and
pretty good?
KJ have a little thing going on,
Really?
right now.
Well,
So,
there's what, some rivalry, some drama, or what?
oh no, they
cripple fight
blend well together right now.
Oh, gotcha.
You know,
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, okay.
That's what I meant by a thing.
Yeah.
I guess I need to just define thing.
Yeah.
They blend well. He sounds great. I'm just like I'm like, oh, that's Spurs. Now I know. It's like, at first I was like, oh wait, who's that? Oh yeah, now I remember, because like some strange voice come on.
Yeah,
I was expecting KJ and KJ rant.
Another KJ rant. Boy, KJ's been losing his shit. Y'all telling me I need to calm down. I think KJ needs to take some of my meds, my old man meds, so he can calm down a little bit.
Yeah, either that or move to Colorado and calm the hell down.
Yeah,
one of the two.
Weed. So again, we cannot thank Hire Our Heroes for coming on. I'm looking forward to this job fair now. So there you go, for April, without fail. It's happening.
Absolutely.
It is happening. No, the reason why I say that is because there's a lot of vets, and like he was saying too, there's a lot of vets that expect to have that Fortune 500 job right when they get out. And one of the key things, and I'm gonna say it along with additional stuff, is that get your documents together. Make sure that everything's been written down for where you've attended, what schools you have. So that way, right before you get out, they have what's called a cool transcript, which is a credentially online transcript. Make sure you get that fucking printed out and knocked out. And then once you are about ready to go, I would say at least 2 years out, get a freaking a LinkedIn account, start up a LinkedIn account, and go backwards in time with what you've done. And if you're a senior NCO, you're about ready to get out, go by your evals, so that way you have your duty positions counted. Don't go through the many of change of Raider NCOERs that you've gone through. But like for me, I was doing one set of work, even though I had multiple Raiders, but I still did that work for 3 years. So even though I had multiple NCOERs for that 3-4 year period, I was still doing that duty position for 3 or 4 years. That's what that LinkedIn stuff is for. You go in there, click on it, and then find within your MOS the civilian equivalency to what you're doing. Obviously, Amazon doesn't have any M1 Abrams for you to start blasting, table 12 qualifications there, Mike Golf. But you do have some sort of project management or leadership skills stuff in there that you can put in there. You know what I mean? So, because you're managing equipment, you're managing production of, dealing death or something like that. However you want to word it. But again, start moving those processes along once you get a LinkedIn account, and then search into those like positions that you think you can do. Don't go in there and think that you're going to do this job and bluff your way through it, because when you get hired and you start working that job, they will fire you in without no hesitation if they know you're bullshitting. I've known people that have done that too. They've got a resume, and I look at them, I'm like, you didn't do that, dude. Oh no, I've done that before. And the next thing you know, they get the job, they're there for fucking a month, and then they can't do it because they obviously weren't qualified to do it. So you got to be honest with yourself, and then go through again. Go on LinkedIn, and like you said, Hire Heroes. He'll be able to come, and he'll be able to help you out. Log on the website. Dan will hook you up. He will definitely hook you up. This man, I haven't seen I have not seen this much information flying at us in a long time.
Oh, side note, the active duty service members and veterans, they do get a 1 year premium LinkedIn subscription for free.
Correct.
They do get that for free for 1 year. So, everybody should at least start with that, when they're thinking about getting out.
Yeah, exactly. So Lisa, you're out. So don't worry about it. You guys, again, we will walk you through this. We will assist you. WTF Nation Radio and Hire Heroes, and now just announced on air that we're going to do a joint freaking digital job fair on the 4th. So yeah, this is going to be exciting. Have we ever done one before? No. So we'll
play it by ear, see how it goes.
We're gonna do how we always do as veterans. We're gonna gather around, rally, and we're gonna start engaging targets. And as targets go down, then we're gonna continue to engage until the mission's complete. That's how we're gonna do it.
That's it.
Just make sure you bring water, because it's going to be a long. It's going to be a pretty good show. So I gotta do some coordination myself on the larger staff, so we can bust it out on the main page, also as well. So if you guys want to do something like that, then I think that the reach will be pretty big. But I don't see an issue. I don't think the main page would have a problem if we did something like that. If we aired that on there and then we did it. So you guys got to make sure at the front desk you guys coordinate all that stuff. That's all front desk stuff. I'm not gonna get in your weedies and get in your lanes. But I'm excited, dude. I did not know, aside from simple research. Do you know how you do the skimming research? That they were that in depth until I started opening up while he was talking, and that's why I got quiet a couple times. Because I started scrolling through the freaking. I'm like, holy shit! I only got past 500 jobs. There's 17,000 of them.
17,000. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I don't have to sell myself short. I don't have to be underemployed like he was talking about. That was one of my major concerns when I retired, was ended up being underemployed. You know, working some minimum wage burger flipping job after spending 21 years in the Army.
Yeah. That's no. That, you know, again, burger flip is not supposed to be a career. Like he said, Dan said that we're making sure, or he's making sure that you're getting a career out of this, not just a job.
Right.
So, yeah, that's awesome. That's some good shit. Well, damn, dude, it's already almost top hour. Time to take a break. So,
resume shots.
You're right. Exactly. Resume shots. That's what I'm talking about. Now everyone's throwing the freaking jobs in and you're looking at all our office chats right now. Everyone's looking at the freaking jobs for the biggest one right now is Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, I saw that one.
I don't know if that place would be very productive if I was working for Krispy Kreme. I'd be like, well,
hopefully they don't have a height and weight requirement.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either.
I'd bust tape within the first 6 weeks of working there.
Exactly. You're always at the Boston Cream.
Ice, we've told you before, and we're going to tell you again. There's no such thing as quality control.
Exactly.
In your job description.
No, it's all free, Dan. It's all free, son. This is all free, Daniel. This is all free. I'm saying this again, 100%. This is all the training programs free. If there is any exchange and money, like Dan said, they're not going to participate, or they're not going to put the veteran through it. This is all free to the veteran.
However, they do have a donate button on there.
Yes.
So if you want to donate to the program so that it continues to be free.
And they are 501 strong. So that means they can.
They've been vetted.
They've been vetted. We got to tell Anthony and the gang to valorify them. They got to get them valorified.
Got to get valorified. Yeah.
They got to get valorified. I will tell them, hey, look, valorify them. There's nothing wrong with that. So yeah. So it has anything to do with any hands of money being exchanged. It should only be in the donation factor to the website at hireheroes.org. And then also, like I said, I'm going to tag as when we go on break right now. That's why I'm going to go on break a little earlier than normal, is because I want to do is I want to go ahead and post, so that way when you hear me talking, refresh your Facebook page or refresh your browser, and it'll have the links up on the post itself, so that way you don't have to worry about the you guys can keep commenting and stuff like that and all that. So cool. So resume shots.
Resume shots.
Well, it definitely is all about the visuals, although pretty sure it's illegal.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe. I suggest we use it.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
Hungry for another taste. and your table's overturned. Sooner or later you crash, then you burn. I think I wanna die tomorrow. And are you gonna be with me? I think I wanna die tomorrow, 'cause I'm out of time and I'm out of my mind. Simple ways come and go. Still I love the way you turn me on. But I just can't find the words, 'cause everything I say sounds so absurd. I think I wanna die tomorrow. Die on the beat with me. I think I wanna die tomorrow. 'Cause I'm out of time and I'm out of my mind. But it's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. And it's so embarrassing that I can't let go. I think I wanna live tomorrow. So will you come and breathe with me? I think I wanna live tomorrow. Die on the beat with me. I think I wanna live tomorrow. 'Cause I'm out of time and I'm out of my mind. I don't care what you want. I don't care what you need. I don't care around my heart. Just to stare and watch it bleed. I don't wish upon a star. 'Cause I don't care who you are. I'm out of time and I'm out of my mind. You can't save me if I can't save me. And you won't follow if I keep falling in. And you won't listen to what I'm saying, 'cause I'm so broke.
I am here determined to stop this future atrocity.
We used to be so strong, and now your words are covered in lies. Is there a reason for us to make this thing still stay alive?
that actually a picture of the Antichrist crying? I like it. It's tasty.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Good evening, boys and girls. This is Tim Kennedy. I'm a Special Forces sniper, a Ranger qualified Green Beret, a UFC fighter. Please listen to us and the shenanigans that we're going to say. We will insult you. There will be racial slurs. We will be sexist. We will offend you. But there will be magic, and a unicorn will be raped. So enjoy the show. Thank you for listening on WTF Nation Radio.
That's right, because we're all about raping unicorns.
Sexism and raping unicorns.
Oh, we're back. Man, I'm just going through some of the stuff again. Shit, dude. This is going to be fun. Can't
You've
wait.
completely lost me on this show.
Yeah, dude, I'm sorry. I lost myself. I was actually, God damn, I was going through the stuff and all like that. I'm like, let me throw another song in here. Look at some of this stuff. So if you guys refresh your browsers and all that, you'll know that the post itself, you don't have to worry about digging through the comments, but the post itself has the hireourheroes.org, and of course, it's tagged already on the Facebook post. So if you go that, you can see their Facebook. So, Dan, again, thank you for coming on. Looking forward to this. So, some of the stuff we were going to talk about earlier in the show, but we went on a rant, and me and Mike Golf, we sometimes talk so much that we don't realize how fast time goes. You ever notice when you're old, time flies?
We're like the two old men sitting out in front of the courthouse.
I was about to say that. You're like more like the balcony on the Muppet Show. Those two old guys. Exactly, fuckers. So, greatness has been achieved on Fort Bragg, and I think this is so awesome. This is groundbreaking, and I think it's the shit. So congratulations to 6 soldiers of the 82nd Airborne Division for earning their Expert Infantry Badge. And the reason why I call it the Expert Infantry Badge is because they were women. 6 women soldiers earned the Expert Infantryman's Badge, which is, from what sources are telling me, no standards were left behind. So they had met the same standards as guys that were competing for the badge itself. So for those of you that don't realize what the Expert Infantryman's Badge is, the badge is awarded to the Career Management Field of 11 series, and they perform a series of tasks, and these tasks have to be performed, what everyone likes to say, EIB standards, which basically is no one's gonna fucking, you have to do these tasks, verbatim. There are no shortcuts. There is no unit SOP. It is straight out of the Smart Book. And so it was developed in the 1940s, and so it's one of those things where it's been kind of like in there for a while, and it's to have a badge of distinction for the CMF 11 series to distinct them from their peers, that being of master. Wait a minute, they're masters at their chosen arm. Kind of like master gunners.
Say it ain't so.
I'm just saying because that master gunners have been master gunnering since they're before the. Anyways, that's another story. So
1975.
Well, no, before when it was created, but so it's pretty much the same thing. Well, actually,
Yes.
no, it's more, but it's like that type of award. These tasks have to be completed to standard. They cannot be dicked around. They can't be one of those things where you're just jocking and making sure that you're, hey buddy, hook me up. It's not one of those things. You're graded. Units go out of their way to do this. So, in recently open to women, because the DoD had lifted its regulations that prevented females from serving in infantry jobs or combat arms like positions. So that means women could be assigned to any job in the Army now. It doesn't matter. There is no bound to any job a woman could do. So these women earned the badge during testing with hundreds of male candidates in November, about 2 years after infantry jobs opened to women. Now, quote, this is a historic achievement that is great things that we can achieve when women are seen and treated as equals and given the same chance to contribute to their country. U.S. Senator Tammy Duckworth, in a statement, a Democrat from Illinois. I don't know why they said this in the article, but who cares? She was one of the first women to fly combat missions during Operation Iraqi Freedom. She was shot down and lost her legs during the event. So it was struck by a rocket-propelled grenade when she was flying her Black Hawk. And so she partially used her arm. So these 6 incredible women proved exactly the Department of Defense why it's a right to allow women to serve in all military roles. Here's what trips me out about this whole thing. Women, beat out. Now, mind you, now the standards were not changed. The 82nd didn't say anything about this. So a spokesman for the 82nd said all 6 women earned a badge, but declined to talk about their achievement or the significance of the badge. The division did obviously not want to name them women, who it was. And they also declined to speak to U.S. Army, WTF Moments, WTF Nation Radio, and other media sources. So these are tasked, like I said before, that were the mastery of infantry skills. And so these are also that can be completed by everybody within that MOS. So it's a universal badge, pretty much. So you can be in the 82nd, you can be in 10th Mountain, you can be in the 101st Air Assault Division, or you can be in 1st Cav, 3rd ID, any of the divisions that have infantry personnel, and you're in MOS, you can go for it. So congrats. I think that's awesome.
So now the badge protectors don't have anything to say
I think it's
anymore
awesome. No,
in the future.
In the future at all. No, what I'm saying though is that it was like that senator said from Illinois. Just give them a fucking shot and you'll probably be surprised at what happens. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And I guarantee it. What blows me away is that they beat out dudes. That's what trips me out too. Is another thing that's an awesome achievement. They beat out dudes. So I can imagine the looks on some of the guys' faces that were probably talking shit, saying, "Oh,
It was probably the same guys that got beat."
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say that. Exactly that. What were you gonna say, Spanky?
I just pulled up the standards off of Benning's webpage, and well, I'm gonna say like me personally. Let's go back about 12 years. I wouldn't be able to pass the weapons lane unless I studied for it, but not that hard.
No.
No, like the physical part, and I'm thinking that was the only thing that would make it different for a woman. Is the physical part. Is what I'm thinking. Okay, so you get 80 in each event and do a ruck march.
Yeah, 80 in each event though. 80 in each event is not. See, what people are starting to realize now is that the Army is now starting to go to a lot of, instead of doing the old 70 points in each event and 60-60, they're now starting to evaluate their schools at a higher, except for the NCOESs, because just look at the Sergeant Major's Academy. But anyways, they're trying to they want to professionalize and make it more of a higher standard to get the award, which is funny because all the rumors and stories of Ranger School, that was a fucking a disaster and a half. But the 82nd pulled it off professionally, and none of these standards were doing the were diminished. They were all everyone. It was almost, it would have been matter because the EIB testing stations are throughout the training area, and they have to ruck or run to each of those areas, and that's what is one of the physical parts to include a road march. And so what they'll do is they'll go to one station, and then they get checked off. Nobody knows who the fuck they are. So for all the grader just saw a uniform walk up, some kid in their in their battle rattle, and then they did their task. You failed, and then probably didn't know it was a female until, or whatever, until they give them the grade and they go, "You understand me, Roger Sergeant," until they spoke. You know what I mean? And then bam. Right. So to me, that's professionalism at its best, that the individual saw the standard, not who was doing it. Does that make sense? I mean,
it's the way it should be.
Exactly. It should be the standard of that if you've completed the standard, because in the airborne community, jump masters, it doesn't matter if you're male or female.
I mean, I've been an evaluator on EFMB, and I mean, obviously there's no difference between male and female there either, and there's obviously been female medics for, ever, at least as long as I've been in, but I've seen the badge protectors, and the ones that, try to oh my God, you didn't do this right. And I'm just looking, I'm like, are you fucking nuts? They just did that. And I'll be the one to call them out, because obviously I wasn't a medic, but I was a 74 Delta, and that's why I was on that lane. And I'd be the one calling those fuckers out, I'm like,
exactly. So
I just watched them do it.
Yeah, exactly. So you 6 soldiers of the 82nd, congratulations on earning the Expert Infantry Badge, is what I'm saying. I'm not saying infantrymen's. And yes, am I parsing words and pissing off the blue courts? I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Laughs,
Who cares?
Laughs and pogues. I don't care. I'm not wrapped around the axle about that shit, because again, me and you talked about it at Mind Golf a couple shows ago, saying that the majority of most of the Valorous awards are not done by infantry. So
correct.
So
Well, congratulations on breaking the glass ceiling.
Yeah, exact. Finally, it's about time. Now we need some Green Berets.
That's it. And some female master gunners.
Yeah, it's some female master gunners. Exactly that. I was about to say. Because now they've graduated. Have they graduated already? Some crewmen, some tank crewmen already.
I haven't been over there to find out yet. I need to do that.
Yeah, I'm curious.
I do some Jose type underground journalism.
Yeah, exactly. Go find out. Because what I'm saying is that, I think it's awesome that we highlight that. Because here's the thing. Everyone wants to keep it low key, but look, Army, you've got to fucking stop this fucking shit of picking and choosing who. If you're going to celebrate somebody for being the first woman of, or being the first woman to do in history, then you have to do it now for these kids. You have to. And the reason why I say it like this is because this is what if the pioneers of the past of our military history are being noted and celebrated and fucking having all these holidays for them and shit, and goddamn schools are named after them and stuff like that, then the pioneers of today need to be lauded as well.
Because they're going to be celebrated in the future.
Correct.
You know that.
Correct. And you know what's going to happen is that and I love the thing about the internet's forever. I can dig up something from 2004, 2001, 1998. I could dig it up.
Don't make me pull up my MySpace page.
Yeah, exactly. Pull that shit up, and people are gonna be like, "God damn, we were dicks to these women that were trying to be the best."
Yep.
I'm all for it. If I can't do it, okay, I can't do it. But if a woman does it and all that stuff, the way I see it, I see green. Now I can say that now. Yes, because we don't wear fucking pixelated shits anymore. I see green. We all bleed green.
Good job, soldiers.
That's what I'm talking about. Good
Keep
job.
it up.
Good job, grunts. Good job. That's like I said, it's kind of a big smile. I'm surprised the 82nd didn't have, they should be celebrated again. So 82nd, if you're hearing right now, you should be celebrating them because they're just like the same pioneers that you like to celebrate the first female general to do this, or the first female academy graduate to do that, or the first female astronaut to do this. If you want to do that in the Army, then you do the same thing for these kids and let them and have them, or the first female Rangers. Okay, then it's time. You got to keep it up. It is like you said, it is breaking a glass ceiling. Like Kyle said, stepping up to the bar, man. These standards aren't fucking to fuck with.
No, you met the standard, dude. Great, good job.
Yeah.
You've destroyed the stereotype that the patriarchy that has run the armies for so long has established.
Do you think that's the reason why the Army doesn't want to monetize on a lot of shit? They're afraid of people that are gonna be outsmarting them, and it turns out that they are women.
But Sarge, that's the way we've always done it.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So I'm just wondering because reasons.
Yeah, probably. And it's like I said in the beginning when we were talking about the integration of genders into all these MOSs, it's going to take 1 or 2 generations for it to become normalized.
Yeah, and it should be just normal.
It should be normal,
yeah.
But it's going to take, because it's been a patriarchy for so long and it's been male driven for so long, it's going to take a generation or 2 for it to become normalized and for this not to be news.
Yeah.
It's going to be, well, yep, another 6 soldiers earned their EIB. Whoop-de-doo.
I mean, well, even just think just for our generation, having males and females in basic training would have been unheard of.
Correct.
And even when I was in basic training, about halfway through, it was the first class where they put them together. And that was over 20 years ago now. And now it's finally, considered almost normal for even just in basic training for all MOSs.
I'm looking forward to the day where gender is not the story. It's not, 6 female soldiers earned the expert infantry badge. It's just, no, here's names of the next 6 infantry badge awardees.
Yeah, exactly. Well, again, the pioneers of it have to be recognized. Come on.
They have to be.
They
Yes,
have
I
to be.
agree.
Because that way you know that this is what happened. All that pinks and greens, you see pinks and greens. Oh wait, that's a sharp complaint. How's pinks and greens a sharp complaint?
Oh, this.
Come on, Spurs, what are you talking about?
Green weenie and pink tacos, I guess he's thinking.
Oh my god.
And there, I said it.
No, I don't think so. I just think that it's funny. I saw a meme that says, why is the Army going to a uniform that was worn in Korea and we're still in Afghanistan, or something like that, some meme like that, where they're trying to make a note that it's like, oh, it's just like being, oh, you're trying to be old-fashioned. You know, that sometimes it's okay to remember your past, just not live it all the fucking time.
Right.
But yeah, again, you're right. You're right, Mike Golf. It should not be an issue. Because I don't guarantee it when you're in your tank and you're saying load Sabo, you just want to hear up.
Yeah.
You don't want
that's
to hear.
all. That's all I want to hear.
That's all you're hearing. All you want to hear is up. You don't want to hear. Well, you don't understand that this thing is. You don't want to hear no complaints. You don't want to hear bickering. That's it. You just want to. That's
the bullet weighs more than I do.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, if you do go into this stuff and you start talking about the drama or whatever, I like the way this bullet looks like. And why you got to call it a Sable? How come you're making me only carry the Sable? Because your job's a fucking loader. That's all you want to hear. But again, like you said, it also opens up the doors of now there's no excuse.
Yeah.
Now there's no excuse. Now there's no excuse for any woman in the Army that is 11 series that cannot compete and earn the expert infantry badge. There's no need. There's no need now for anybody to not say it. Barriers were broken. They're now in. Now it's time to get it on and, like you said, move on to the next subject.
Glass ceiling shattered.
Yeah, ready to fight tonight. God, man. You ever noticing the war drums in Korea are just like freaking? Have you noticed that lately? Are you where you're at? Are you hearing some inklings about Korea? How everyone's trying to do some stuff in Korea. Are you hearing some of that stuff?
I am not hearing anything, no.
I'm hearing it from some of the support people because, support people like to talk because they have special skills or whatever. I know a lot of embassy folks. They're talking about it. Like they think they're going to go somewhere. It's almost like there's a conflict going on in the world. What, Spanky? I'm not picking on you.
Hey, I don't even claim that as my MOS. I was staff the whole time I was NBC, except for 1 year. Of course. You had nothing at all to think that I was talking about you. Of course. Made me giggle.
No, no, because they canceled those exercises. They canceled what? They canceled what is that? What's that thing they call it out there in Korea? What's it called? Golden Dragon? Kimchi nuggets. What is it called? What is it? What's the
Full Eagle,
Full
UFL.
Eagle, yeah.
I'm trying to remember
Yeah,
the
it
names
was-
of them.
yeah,
It's been a
UFL.
couple years since I've been there.
UFL's like what? It's like Ulichi or Olchi focused lens or something.
Oakley Focus Lens. Yeah,
Oakley
UFL.
UFL's Oakley focus lens, and then Full Eagle. What's the other one? There's a big one that's over there.
There's another one. It's been too many years since I've been there.
Fuck.
And it's coming up.
It's like
I'm
Team
assuming.
Spirit or something like that. No, that's not Team. That's a Nirvana song. It's something like that. Team Spirit, Freedom Spirit. Oh shit. Fuck. What is it? Do we
It's
have
something. It's named after a snake, isn't it?
I don't know what it is. What's that old Korea exercise that everyone did? It's like how Reforger used to be back in Germany.
See, now you're really dating yourself. You are old.
Fuck. I'm trying to think. What is it?
So the only operation in Korea I ever took part in was Full Eagle.
Yeah.
And that was in 98.
There was it was 3 exercises. There was
Key Resolve.
No, it wasn't Key Resolve. It was UFL, but before that it was UFL, and then it was Full Eagle. But then there was one before that. It was like something Spirit or Rotation Spirit or Kimchi Spirit or God, it's on the tip of my tongue.
Cobra Spirit or something.
No, yeah, it's something like no. Cobra Gold is in Thailand, because I've done Cobra Gold, and that scared the fuck out of me. You fucking Thailand, man. Woo, man. Yeah, Reforger. No, God, what is it? It's not Team Spirit. What's it fucking called? Fuck.
Jesus,
Key
somebody in
Resolve,
the
Full
fucking chats
Eagle,
help him out.
And Key Resolve, Full Eagle, and are those the only ones I can remember? Because I don't know, maybe those are the only ones that my units did. All I just remember is, it's like GO1 during those times, and I had to go to, the Korean Walmart to buy, liquor and pay way too much. I'm retired now. I can admit to that. I could fight on both.
I totally don't. I totally do not believe in fucking GO1. I do not. I think GO1 helps weed motherfuckers out. You know what I mean? If you're that's where you see the mature ones and the fucking you know what I mean? What's it called? Fuck. Okay, give it guys go. Not Purple Cobra. Gothic Serpent? No, that was the mission in Gothic Serpent was the operation in Somalia under Task Force Ranger. No. Korea exercises. I'm trying to think. Man, Korea Spirit or something like that.
I'm trying to look it up now.
I can't remember what the fuck it was. Yeah, man, I bet you Red Lake would know. Team Spirit.
Military operations. No.
It was a big exercise. Oh, it was Team Spirit. It was Team Spirit.
Nice.
It was Team Spirit. That's what it was. It was a joint military. Yeah. So, and what it was is that it was more of an invasive game, war game. So it would not be, it would not be like, how all the other exercises, they're just flying around and doing shit like that. These guys would fly literally close to the border and literally fuck with the Koreans. So they used to fly their jets really close along the DMZ and get all fucking North Korea spun up and shit for Team Spirit. That's why North Korea always said that it was a very provocative exercise, because it was a provocative exercise. We'd fly our jets over there and kind of like, show our fucking cack and then they were like, fucking, what the fuck is this? So then to get everybody in an uproar, everyone's like, I don't know why Korea's getting so mad. Well, because it's like you pointing a gun but not shooting at somebody. So, yeah, so it's Team Spirit, and then it was Full Eagle, and then it was UFL, and then pretty soon it's going to be Operation Kimchi or something like that.
Key Resolve.
Key Resolve.
That's what it was. Yeah, that was the other one. Exactly. So, yeah, so it's going to be, Operation, Dildong, or whatever the fuck they want to call it.
Operation Reunite the Peninsula.
Yeah, exactly. Operation Olympics. Well, it's Olympics. Did you hear about that?
You have better Povatas than we do.
So they have Olympics now that are going to be, I guess their initial ceremony is going to be together. Is that what they're saying?
Yep. The IOC has approved North and South Korea competing jointly.
And so they're gonna come in and walk into the arena and all that stuff. And of course, we are like, oh, no nukes. And then Korea's like, shut up. South Korea's like, shut the fuck up.
Don't fuck this up for us.
Don't fuck this up for us. We're trying not to fucking get this done. We're trying to get this stuff. We're tired of them sending their worm-infested defectors over here. So I was just curious of what was the, oh man, that was the exercise. I was just curious because there was a lot of kids. I had to tell some kids to shut up. Because they were talking about it like openly in areas they shouldn't be talking. For instance, if you're in the commissary and you're talking about Korea or possibly going to Korea, who's bagging your shit? Koreans.
Oh, Korean.
Odishi's bagging your shit.
Ajma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the second correction that I made was getting a haircut. Because I have to look big sarge and shit. I'm working in a multi-star headquarters. I got to be all big sarge. And so, so they were in the barber shop, all talking about blah 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 blah. And of course, Joe's just sitting there talking. So I kind of like told one of the guys, "Hey man, like those are Koreans, right? You're talking to. I'm not saying that all Korean, and they call home." You know what I mean?
The baggers at the commissary.
Yeah, they're going
the
to
barbers.
Yeah, they're going to call home.
The tailors.
Yeah. Operation Burned Cabbage. Is that buried cabbage? Exactly. That's right, Raymond. It's going to be burned what did it say? Did it involve pom-poms and cowbells? Yep, Operation Buried Cabbage. I like kimchi. But, yeah.
Yeah, we know. We talked about that in the last show and how it burned your ass.
Woo! Man. Oh. You know what? One thing about kimchi though, it doesn't go bad. It's
No,
already
it's pickled cabbage.
It's already bad. It is already bad, and so I still have ghost pepper kimchi in my refrigerator, and it is double wrapped in plastic and put in a double Tupperware thingy. So that
You
way,
know that shit's only going to get worse as it goes on.
I want to eat it this weekend. I want to take a bite of my fucking kimchi, my ghost pepper kimchi.
I got some. My wife got me some ghost pepper salsa for Christmas, and holy crap, dude!
Did you try? Are you talking about the Packy chips?
No, it's a ghost pepper salsa. So it's a salsa that they use ghost peppers in there instead of jalapenos or habaneros.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can do like a little bit at a time, and that's about it. That shit's gonna last me a decade.
Yeah, I had I was showing Pookie I have the ghost pepper chips, and then the Carolina Reaper chips.
I've seen the YouTube videos of those
Yeah.
people trying to eat one of those.
Yeah, I mean I can tolerate spicy food. It's just the I like when I had the kimchi, the ghost pepper / fucking Carolina Reaper fucking kimchi. I was whoa. So I'm only gonna have like a couple pieces of that next time I eat it. I'm not gonna eat the whole bowl. I had a bowl. That's why I was having such, post-traumatic rectal trauma.
At your age, you should probably talk to your doctor before you try to eat that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, exactly that.
Hashtag team old.
Exactly, exactly, John. Al, when I get freaking plugged up and I need to get regular, I just eat a bowl of fucking ghost pepper Carolina Reaper kimchi. Yes, sir. Woo!
It'll blow it out of you.
And it'll blow out. It'll cauterize the wound too. That's how fucking hot it gets. I'm telling you, man. Woo, man. We're talking about the same side, yeah. So, soju. Have you ever had soju before?
I have. I have not had.
I've never had soju before. So, what does it taste like?
It's just rice wine. It's almost like sake.
Is it really?
It doesn't taste like anything if you put it in the kettle.
Yeah, almost like sake.
I love sake.
I have never had a soju experience that required a fucking counseling statement like the one I saw on the main page, though. Holy shit!
Isn't that crazy?
That dude, not even mad. I'm actually quite impressed.
Oh yeah. So real quick, this is the third hour. I wanted to highlight the 6th Infantry women on their achievement. But because we were on a rant, usually the third segment is usually the main page review, and then laughing at the inbox, people saying that, hey, would you please take this picture down? And then no. No,
we're not taking the picture down. No, we're not putting your GoFundMe up.
Yeah, exactly. Because specifically when we see pictures, let's put it this way: when you tell us to take the pic down, and then we see the pic somewhere else, why would you tell us to take it down? You gave it to us, so we're going to take it. So finally getting power in the field. Yes, you see those power strips right there that you see? Don't do it. Somebody really has an issue with. Someone's really addicted to phones and their smartphones because you see a bunch of USB connectors and all this other shit. Yep.
And I bet you not one of them is UL listed or CE listed.
Oh, of course not. Come on, man.
They're all Haji plugs.
Yep, exactly. And then we got First Sergeant Savage. What to do? Finish the NCOERs you're supposed to have done back in December. That's right. Anybody who has fucking done. Now, everybody has a question about the NCOERs. I don't believe in getting NCOERs done way the fuck out early because if I have to relieve you or you do something good, your NCOER will be processed, right? Well, the regulation with the new system now, NCOERs are done automated now. They're not like they used to be. So they're done on the entry evaluation system, EES, just like the officers have it now. So it's all automated. So it won't let you do anything until 2 weeks out. And it won't be considered late to DA until 90 days after its through date. So if you do not have at least a shell completed or something like that, just like kind of draft it a little bit, then that's on you. But yeah, So exactly, I want exactly that. There's a comment there that says that my goal for my last MCOER is to say didn't do shit, set the record for the most appointments. You damn right.
That's pretty much what mine says.
So there's another post in here. You leave your cack unattended, and then guy goes to the gate, hands a cack to the chick, flips a cack, and looks pissed, and then looks at me and says, "Really, sir?" And I'm like, "What the fuck did I do?" And she shows me this little gem, and it says, "I suck penis for found." Somebody.
On a little post-it note.
A little post-it note back there. MPs. Ice loves MPs, but spell, guys, gals. That's not how you spell computer. Either that you're. I mean, come on. Silent auctions for a 4-day weekend. Yeah, it's illegal. You can't make soldiers do that. You cannot make soldiers fucking for an FRG fundraiser do that. You can't do that. And if your JAG told you could do that, your JAG's fucked up. So saith the judge.
Yeah, I remember those paying to, wear civilian clothes days and stuff. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
those aren't allowed either.
Yeah, exactly. You can, well, no. No, the civilian close days you could do for donations only.
Yes, yeah,
But
the
you cannot-
donations,
but you-
not a.
But you cannot make anybody say, okay, hey, whatever. If you say it's civilian,
And if they decide to wear civilian clothes on the donation day without giving a donation, yeah,
Yeah.
it's all or none type of thing.
Exactly. So, somebody's pretty pissed off about overloading a washer. This is why you don't overload the washing machine. Overload equals stuffing the shit to the rim because you're too lazy to fuck. Yeah. Anyways, so I can't believe Joes are still remanded to using fucking laundry rooms, man. You were talking about modernizing. My golf. Holy shit, dude. Really?
Yeah. Let's yeah.
Yeah. It's time to fucking get Joes out of the barracks or something.
If we can have a communal kitchen area between two soldiers, why can't they have a communal washer and dryer between two soldiers as well?
I think it would be easier.
And those stackable ones that you can fit like in a closet-sized space in an efficiency apartment are so much cheaper than like the industrial ones that they have to put in a common laundry room.
Well, what pisses
Hell yeah.
And
what pisses
the
me off,
upkeep and
though-
everything on them is so much cheaper too.
Yeah, exactly. But what pisses me off about motherfuckers who put things in the barracks for soldiers in the barracks, they don't live in the fucking barracks.
That's true.
They're fucking old guys like me who wishes they had something like that in the barracks and then wants to relive the fucking good old days and try to put, hey, dude, stop. Fucking the Joes, if you want to be innovated and you're talking about all these corporations coming in to help innovate the Army and modernize the Army with the new systems and soldier systems, PEO and cyber, ooh, yeah, get all those buzzwords out of there. But your soldiers are still living in 1970s fucking barracks. There's a fucking issue. And building a new building isn't fucking helping.
No, because you're building a new building but having the same bullshit floor plan.
Exactly. Or you're having the same bullshit fucking leadership or type of mentality when it comes to barracks maintenance. Like you said, when I was stationed in Germany, you had a bathroom that was shared. It was a shared bathroom, and then you had like a little kitchenette shared.
Yeah.
And that was it. And washing machines shared. It was all, like you said, it was all combined like that little, like a utility room. And then it was shared. And then another door was for the bathroom. Shared. So it was cool. We were just, me and my, the guys who shared the bathroom on one side when I was in the barracks. And I was a Joe. And say, hey, let's do like a little roster. You do the fucking, you do it this month and I'll do it next month or whatever. And all that. Okay, cool, whatever. And then, you just throw supplies in there. So as you use, you pay as you use. And it was real simple. Real fucking easy. Clean fucking, laundry was clean. Fucking shower was clean. Everything was good. But they're treating fucking Joes like they're still like in the 1940s.
Yeah, your two-story wooden A-frame World War II housing barracks bays.
Exactly.
Those are gone.
Exactly. All right. This is why we do room inspections.
Oh my god, dude.
Soldiers, if you want to get treated like adults, fucking be responsible like an adult. That looks like my house.
That right there just negated everything we talked about.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, it's kind of serious. It is an issue. It's a hygiene issue, especially like you said, right there in those confined areas. You have to have your room. I mean, is my house spick and fucking span? But my house isn't on post. No, it's not. But looking like as atrocious as it did there, it could be picked up. My house is cluttered.
Picked up shit, dude. Kill it with fire.
Mm-hmm.
There's look a shirt and a pair of jeans on the floor with your shoes. I get it. This, no. Dude, there's cookies and an empty beer can and an empty bottle of ZQL.
Yeah, he said, just throw it away, dude. I know, ZQL, that's the new thing the kids are doing now. I noticed that too when I was a first sergeant. I didn't know ZQL existed until I fucking cleaned barracks out and there was empty ZQL bottles. Because Joe's supposed to sleep. You know, they're trying to sleep, right?
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
No.
So, anyway,
Unset.
Yeah, exactly. So next post you see is we have the fucking, there's a medical profile, and it says no sit-ups for 7 days, core exercises as tolerated, and then it says continue breathing as needed. Continue breathing
Because
as
if
needed.
he didn't tell them to do it, they would forget. I saw that one. Oh my god.
Oh man, that's fucking classic.
It was somebody that was complaining about something stupid.
Yeah, exactly. Next one is telling everybody what they need, and then one of the because you know phones are awesome with their autocorrect, and it says eyeglasses if you wear them you eat pro, and then Roger, and then Chief says no, you definitely need to eat your pro too.
All you young impressionable soldiers need protection from eating laundry detergent.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Oh, there's another one. There's I as a first sergeant embarrassed seeing somebody with a neck stamp of first sergeant rank. So who's the first sergeant?
I mean, out of all your ex-wives, none of them had that.
Oh no! I'm not saying none of my ex-wives don't have tramp stamps. I'm just saying that they're not. It's not their rank.
The funniest part of that tattoo though is the way it's showing above her shirt is it looks like a staff sergeant rank with a diamond in the middle.
Correct, which gives you the you gotta pull the shirt down.
Staff sergeant, first sergeant, or first staff sergeant.
You gotta you know, and then of course the famous yesterday's last night's shot was the kid who decides to do a selfie with his weapon on the wall, looking all cool and shit, going, "Hi, I'm fabulous." So, anyways, so yeah, so again, that goes to today's. I always go 24 hours back when it comes to a main page review. That way, I can laugh about the pictures and all that, ask questions about it, and all this shit. I was like, "Where are these pictures at?" It's in the main page, man. Go check them out. Yes, exactly. 4 washing machines, bathrooms, TV room, Germany, Frankfurt. That's right. You know, Germany had a single soldier quality of life that was actually enforced, but that was taken away from you if you fucked up. So everyone thinks, oh, Germany soldiers, no. It was actually taken away from you if you fucked up. And if you cleaned your room and you were good to go, man, they had beer machines in the goddamn fucking barracks. They had beer in the fucking DFAC. Good old days, man. Good old days.
Oh yeah.
I did have beer machines, my first tour in Korea.
Yeah, exactly. See? And that's why
I remember those days.
everyone talks about old school and the old army and all this other shit. What's up with that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, when I was in Germany, I had to walk all the way down to the German cantina to get beer out of a vending machine, all right?
When I was in Germany, we were crossing the mine, and the Krauts were still coming at us.
When you were in Germany, they were still doing Reforger.
That's right, Reforger, baby. Return of forces to Germany. That's what it was. It was in the event the Russians went over the Fulda Gap. Fulda is a city that has two rolling hill valleys there, and it was an easy access point for the Russians when the Iron Curtain was up to roll right through there. That was a passable area for Soviet tanks to be able to cross through to get into the German mainland. And it was the exercise, so it's kind of like Team Spirit and fucking all those other golds and fulls and lens exercises. And what it was is that it was basically a provocative exercise. If tanks would roll the fuck out, you'd go on alert and you would just jump in your fucking tank or vehicles and you haul ass and you race to the border to see nothing.
And the Soviets would be over there going,
yeah,
the fuck are they doing now?
Yeah, exactly. The Russians would be like, oh, it look like they're playing games again.
That's the vodka, Petri.
Yeah, exactly. Dmitry. Pietro. So, anyways, Shit, it's fuck, we're shooting the shit again, and I was about to ready to talk about some more stuff, but guess what? It's closing time. That's house cleaning.
It's closing time.
Yeah, it's house cleaning. So today we had Dan from Hire Our Heroes. Can't wait. He's gonna be coming back on here. We're gonna do a digital fucking job fair for April.
Yeah, buddy.
You guys make sure. So now you got a date. Remember how we said we need to figure out a good date to do it? Well, there we go. There's a good date to do it. Tomorrow we're going to have Uper Chick. Is an Army photographer and veteran, and she'll come on the show and talk about what she does for military women and military entrepreneurs as an e-mentor. She e-mentors several areas, careers, family life, and mental health. Uper Chick. Uper. A Uper is somebody from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. That's what a Uper is. So everyone's like, what the fuck's a Uper? Monday we're going to have Blake Stillwell from We Are the Mighty. Man, this dude, if you guys don't know, We Are the Mighty is one of the up-and-coming freaking military websites that has important stories about military issues, gets into thought-provoking and opinion. Kind of sounds familiar. But he's the director of digital video content and a mandatory fun podcast host. He's also a travel, erstwhile adventurer with degrees in design, television, and film productions and international relations. He's a former Air Force combat cameraman and Iraqi war veteran who spent time as a field photographer and communications officer in the Middle East and Africa near the East Foundation. Blake also worked for ABC News, NBC, HBO, and the White House. We'll get some notable people here. Next Friday, we're going to have Mary Harper from Operation Shoebox. She's the founder and president of Operation Shoebox, and we'll be on to discuss what they do for troops overseas and how the holiday season went, sending thousands of boxes sent to them. PJ Walsh, Monday, February 5th. He's a Navy veteran known as one of the hardest working comedians behind the microphone. His boundless energy and the strength of physical comedy carried him around the globe from the Winter Special Olympics. From the Winter Olympics. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. PJ, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say Special Olympics. Somebody sent me something that was funny. His boundless energy and the strength of his physical comedy around the globe, from the Winter Olympic Games in Salt Lake City to over 20 overseas tours for U.S. troops in several countries, including Iraq and Afghanistan. And he'll be back to come on here and tell us what's going on. Kate Mannion was in the Marine Corps. She'll be on Tuesday, February 6th. She was a member of the Marine Corps' first female engagement team. You know what I was talking about, pioneers? Yeah, there you go. First female engagement team. Deployed twice to Afghanistan. And she's going to tell us about how she crapped her pants once. The reason why I'm being sarcastic and whimsical with my script here is she's a contributor for the military satire site Duffel Blog. So the Duffel Blog people are going to be here. Coordinates social media for Barstool Military Sports Podcast and Zero Blog 30. She's done sketch, improv, stand-up, and now bombs at stand-up open mics in the Philly area. So never, of course, don't forget our partners. War Horse for Veterans, the Veterans Report. They had Dan Shulkin. They had Secretary Shulkin over the weekend. Jim Cannon did. Somebody brought it to my attention that the Secretary of the VA was walking around and somebody walked up to him to try to punk him out, saying, "Hey, what are you gonna do about this all these veteran homelessness and all this stuff?" And he looked at the reporter and said, "Come here, that's where we're going." So the Secretary of the VA walked the streets, walked a couple blocks, and got to a train station and was able to talk to a veteran who was homeless and started getting his information down and started taking information down. He's leading a task force. He's going to create a task force now of getting individuals off the streets. So Secretary Shulkin, hey, Sergeant Stein, we stand a parade for rest for this one. Good job. I think it's awesome. You're leading by example, because I'm sure other secretaries are busy, but you wanted to tackle this, and I thought it was funny that when the reporter said, "Hey, what are you going to do about homeless vets?" He's like, "Come on, that's where we're going right now." I thought that was kind of awesome in its irony. So, but anyways, we got a show every night, except for Wednesdays. That's our training holiday. Is that good, Spanky?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I don't even want to get triggered. You don't want to get triggered by me saying Donza.
Nah, you just said it.
Every day, every night, 20 to 2300. we got a show. We also got the taco truck on Tuesdays and Thursdays with KJ Spurs. And he's not related to Capman. On from 12 to 1400. Giving the same stuff, getting the same spiel. Monday, obviously, is the Monday edition with myself and Flash. We're talking news and commentary and opinion. Tied Up Tuesday with Gray Cloud and Minx. Thursday, Sergeant's Times, obviously, right now with myself, my golf. And sometimes we get a little bit of Doc Madness sometimes when he's not doing bid patrol. And then Friday is Friday Night Freedom with Minx and the Pooks. Saturday Night Savage, with, of course, with our lovable Jay Ready. So say it, the J of the Ready. Sunday with the Stoners. Congratulations, man, on your birth of your son, man.
Yes.
That's awesome. So, welcome to the WTF Nation family there, Connor. It's good to have you aboard. We'll make sure we put you on the schedule. You'll probably work in front desk for a little bit, and then we'll see how you're on the air. Make sure we got formula for him, too. So,
Don't take my job.
Yeah. So, anyways, what else we got? Did I miss anything? Got the partners down, got the schedule down, any future events coming up. We got the job fair coming up on 4 April. You guys know we're going to start doing some of that. So I know our PAO is listening right now because he's a good PAO to make sure I don't fuck up, and he's giving me bylines and then make sure I'm good to go. To Warhorse, get KJ out there to get over his fear of horses. You know, that's right. KJ did say he was kind of worried about horses. Don't worry, man. They'll take care of you. We can get KJ over there, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So, for shizzle. So, with that, y'all got anything for me? You got anything you want to say, Mike Golf?
No. I'm going to spend most of my weekend looking at hiring our heroes website, looking for a job.
Yeah, exactly. I just think that, I mean, I'm talking to you guys as well as looking at another screen, scrolling. I know you're doing the same.
I've already updated my LinkedIn.
Yeah,
I've already sent
exactly.
Dan a connection request on LinkedIn.
Yeah,
I'm looking at the jobs that I'm trying to get once I graduate and what the requirements are.
Exactly. That's awesome.
Probably one of the most productive interviews we've had in a while on Sergeant's Time.
It was productive, but not very talkative. If that makes any sense? Because as he was talking and telling us where to go, we were looking.
Right. Exactly.
So I was like, oh shit, okay, this is pretty cool. So aside from that, y'all have a good weekend. I'll see you all on Monday for the Monday edition with myself and Flash. This is Ice Mike Golf and Spanky. So y'all have a good night. See you.
Career shots.
Career shots. Hire hero shots.
Is that actually a picture of the Antichrist crying? I like it. It's tasty.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Good evening, boys and girls. This is Tim Kennedy. I'm a Special Forces sniper, a Ranger qualified Green Beret, a UFC fighter. Please listen to us and the shenanigans that we're going to say. We will insult you. There will be racial slurs. We will be sexist. We will offend you. But there will be magic, and a unicorn will be raped. So enjoy the show. Thank you for listening on WTF Nation Radio.
Get money. Yeah, that's right, boy. I'm getting money. Doing that shit, boy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I see you.
Get
I see
money.
you, boy.
It's that shit, nigga. In the motherfucking house. Get paid, get paid. Get money, get money.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF.
You know that Odin prepares for a feast. This hero that comes into Valhalla does not lament his death. He is here will welcome me. My death comes without apology. And I welcome the Valkyries to summon me home.
In the place, everybody getting rainy. Punks better cuff your lady, can't nobody tame me. Blame me for keeping up on the yacht rainy. Ladies used to hate me, now they coming out they panties. Girls on the job shack, pocket full of socks, yeah. Got a fat notch, yeah. Something don't squat, yeah. Down, down for the block, yeah. Tryna be hot but you flat, wanna be shot to the top but you not. Wow. I ain't never seen so much green than when I seen when my team hit the scene. It must be a dream. Get hit the stage, everybody holler. Getting thrown with the shows for a bigger dollar. Father, I don't wanna leave nobody toothless. Cause they greedy in the middle of what I do best. You finna see me in the TV with a few guests. We bout to bubble, baby, get your waterproof vest. Club in the back, I'm smoking bud in the back. I'm waiting for niggas to trip, cause bitch I love to scrap. I went from rocks to Z's, writing raps and movies. I went from trust to these chicks, now they all wanna sue me. So fucking club in the back, I'm smoking bud in the back. I'm waiting for niggas to trip, cause bitch I love to scrap. I went from rocks to Z's, writing raps and movies. I went from trust to these chicks, now they all wanna sue me. So black bags with enemies, cut up so they remember me. Soak them in Hennessy so they relatives know it's me. You can bet your last dollar I'll dick them and holler. Riding these hoochies like they some heavy ass Chevy and Impala. Jump up and get your ass shot up. From a profit, pick my Glock up. I'm busting with such efficiency. Popping, nobody gotta holler. Outlaw.
This is Tim Kennedy. I'm a Special Forces sniper, a Ranger qualified Green Beret, a UFC fighter. Please listen to us and the shenanigans that we're going to say. We will insult you. There will be racial slurs. We will be sexist. We will offend you. But there will be magic, and a unicorn will be raped. So enjoy the show. Thank you for listening on WTF Nation Radio.